Geez, it said the rapper who did the stanky leg was hit in the face by a brake pad while driving, got knocked out unconscious.
Good
Fractured his face.
Hold on, he was doing a stinky leg on the road.
No, he was just the guy who created the rap.
Oh, creating a stinky leg. I thought he said he was doing a freaking stinky leg, and then he got bodies on the road or something. Are we live? Episode 78 coming at you.
Stanky leg.
He didn't deface Michael Jordan in the background. I don't know why. I guess he's getting ready for that new Pennywise series that Chris was talking about earlier.
The new Pennywise.
Yeah.
The prequel.
And by the way, is it Pennywise's name or is that the guy? Is his name Pennywise?
Yeah, isn't that it? He's
It's a show on HBO Max already that's Batman's butler. And it sounds like the same thing almost.
What is that? That's Penny something. Pennyworth?
Pennyworth. Okay, good. I was getting confused there for a second. Okay, good. Yeah, that's Pennyworth. It's pretty good too. It was pretty entertaining. Oh, and I did catch that Ant-Man and Wasp Quantumania this weekend. It's pretty good. 2 post-credit scenes. I recorded one if you want to see it.
I'll probably try to see if I can see that.
And it's funny because the Rotten Tomatoes score and the audience score is going 2 separate ways. Audience score is going up. Rotten Tomatoes is going down.
Why is it getting so much hate then?
No, man, these guys, sometimes, I don't know, man. Like, people want after you do, you do Endgame and you do Infinity War and you do the Black Panther, No Way Home, you have all these great movies. Everybody think every movie gotta be like the super movie of the year.
Yeah.
And it's really, every movie doesn't have to be that way, and it's still making the most money.
Well, they were saying that the CGI, a lot of it.
I don't think CGI I could think of maybe the MODOK, but I mean, whatever. You know what?
How was Jonathan Majors?
He was good. He was good. He's good.
They said
Paul Rudd was good. Paul Rudd was good too. He was good.
Someone said Jonathan Majors is going to be under Thanos the second best villain that they'll have for.
I mean, he may be, from what I saw at the end and the end credits, he probably is going to be the best.
You think he'll be better than Thanos?
It's a freaking possibility.
That's what somebody said.
And last end credit scene, I was like, "What the heck?" And then the movie, when the Avengers coming out, it's called the Kang Dynasty.
Yeah,
you realize what it's going to mean. I think when you see the end credit scene, you're like, "What the heck?" And it's crazy.
So is he? How much of this movie is he in?
He's the majority of it.
Oh, so is he better? You think he's better in the little bit you see in Loki? Like he's similar?
And Loki. Okay, the only thing difference and he still had the same kind of how he talked and acted, but in this one, because he actually had some powers.
Oh, okay.
He could use powers. Remember in Loki, he might have had some.
Yeah.
He really didn't use them.
Okay, I got you.
It's like he almost gave up in Loki just to unleash everything else that was going to happen.
Yeah, I got you. All right. Yeah, I'll probably try to see if I can see it next week. I mean, the problem is I didn't want to see it because I know that down here, at Paragon or whatever, they do those Tuesdays, like the cheaper movies.
Yeah, okay.
That's when I saw what's the Shyamalan one? Knock
at the door.
Yeah. But that was like on Valentine's Day. Of course, it was crowded. Here, though, at Paragon, it's playing like at a bunch of theaters. They got a bunch of them. So I'll probably see if I can see it like next week or the week after.
Oh, okay. All right.
I like Jonathan Majors. He's sweet. So
yeah, Black Panther: Wakanda Forever is on Disney Plus right now. If you haven't seen it yet,
we saw that in the theater.
Okay. All right. So sports. I guess, right?
And stuff.
Enough
NBA
stuff.
NBA All-Star. I'm gonna let Chris and Joey tell you guys their take on the NBA All-Star and the festivals. I can tell you this: I did get the Dame Dollar one right, but we all missed out.
Well,
on
I feel like we
basketball.
almost all of us thought McClung would be the favorite to win it, but none of us. It was too obvious of a choice, so all of us
Yeah,
went with the other one.
that's what it could have been. Your boy Jericho Sims was some trash, Joey. So you
Yeah.
know,
He's
Yeah.
too tall. He's just too tall.
Yes.
and he didn't do nothing. He just dunking, like putting his hand in the rim, like two
Well-
hands in the rim, like.
Yeah, he stuck that one. But the other one, that was his armpit that was in there.
No, let me tell you. Guess what? I didn't do. I didn't watch any of it.
That's
why-
impressive.
That is why I'm letting y'all talk about it. I did not watch any of the All-Star festivities. I didn't. I couldn't. I did bet, and I got Dame right, but of course I picked Kenyon Martin, and yeah, you know how that goes. Parlay down the drain. So
Yeah.
I did not bet on the score of the game either. I bet on it last year and went to over and won, but I didn't touch it this year.
This year was way under, I think.
So yeah, what did it end up being? It was 180 something to. I mean, everybody had like 30, 40 points. Like somebody, I saw guys were having like 30 points, 15 rebounds, 17 assists. Like what the heck?
Yeah, it was pretty nuts.
All right, so go ahead and tell me what is your take on it? Start with you, Joy. What's your take on the All-Star game and the events and the whole thing?
Well, Chris and JP, millions. First of all, before I go on my take, just a reminder: get your picks in before 12 o'clock. He's cutting it off.
Watch the show. Hey, shout out to one of our most avid watchers, my mother-in-law up in Mount Vernon, New York. Shout out to you. Shout out to you, Joyous. And she's always like, I'm watching you, JB. I'm like, oh, I gotta be careful on this show.
Mind your
Shout
man.
out to Joyous for telling me she's always watching. Got us on there on a regular basis. So
we do appreciate that. Thank you.
Any fan we love, so
yes.
leave your comments down there.
Yeah, leave your comment.
If you like. The All-Star game was, we could continue to hear people take shots at it. Look, it is what it is. I sort of think that the shots that people take, that it's not competitive. I think we as fans and the media have added to that, the lack of competition, because nobody cares about the All-Star game. None of them care about the All-Star game. The number one thing is to win an NBA championship, because we are a society, as far as being fans of basketball, we're all driven on how many championships do you have. If you win a championship and could not care any less about what happens in the All-Star game, no one's going to come back and say, well, your legacy is ruined because you didn't play any defense in that All-Star game that was in Salt Lake City. So we are driven by championships, and particularly, well, I guess we are part of the media, CJ Square, but the big time guys are driven by championships. Everybody knows who they are. They're not going to talk bad about these players lacking defense in the All-Star game compared to them lacking defense in Game 6 of the Eastern Conference or Western Conference Finals or the NBA Finals. So it is what it is. That's what we got. It's been nice when they were really going at it, but it is what it is. I will always watch it. It is nice to see. You would like to see them play just a tad bit more defense, but hey, it's an All-Star game. Everyone would be very upset if one of their players got really hurt. LeBron hit his finger on the rim. That could have been serious.
Trying to block somebody's shot, and the guy was like, "Why you trying to block my shot? And trying to block nobody else's shot the whole game." And for my dunk, he wanted to block it. Right. I saw that's what Shaw said.
So look,
with his big fur on.
Move on to the next All-Star game, on to the last 20-something games until playoff time. Let's get
that fur he was wearing. Your boy Chris.
Yeah, I saw that. I saw it.
Thing was like a whole 2 animals on there on his back. Yeah, that thing was humongous.
That was ridiculous. I think it's just too boring. I mean, they expect us to tune in at this point. I like, yeah, Joey, it is what it is, but I think that if they're expecting viewers to tune in, they got to give us something to watch, or what's the point? I mean, you look at the Pro Bowl keeps trying to change their format because nobody really cares anymore, and it's just not good enough. And the NBA All-Star game, it actually used to be a thing that everybody would tune into and watch, and now it's just to the point where ratings go down every year. And it's not
this year they had their worst ratings.
It's not even because there's no superstars. I mean, the league is filled with superstars at this point. So it's just that the game itself is boring. I mean, I don't know. I was talking with Brian, like Brian's like, oh, they should have, like, I don't know how, they got to go to the players union and no one's gonna.
It's about Brian.
Yeah, Brian. I mean, to me, money talks. So that's the only way you're going to incentivize these guys is if the winning team gets a certain amount of money or winning each quarter or something like that, but it shouldn't even have to be that. I think that the festivities, that's always hit or miss because the dunk contest is hit or miss. 3-point contest now seems generally pretty solid because you actually get guys wanting to do it, big name guys and good shooters. Dunk contest shooters everywhere. The dunk contest, it all depends on, like, if McClung had somebody, if one of those guys like a Martin or Sims or Murphy, if one of those guys would have stepped up to be putting down a show, that could have gone down as one of the great dunk contests because McClung put on one of the great performances that we've ever seen. I mean, pretty much should have had 4 50s. So again,
somebody in Orlando, Victor Oladipo did that same dunk a couple years ago.
Which one?
The one he did to win it.
Oh, did he?
Yeah, that's a video of Victor Oladipo doing this.
He said McClung said he would have 2 that nobody's ever seen. So,
dude, I'm telling you, that one that Victor did was just like it.
I don't know if he was figuring that one or the first dunk. I don't think I've ever seen that dunk. Where it didn't he bounce it? He tapped the thing, jumped over the guard, tapped it, and reversed it. I mean, that's a sick dunk, especially for a guy his size, because he can't be taller than 6'2", I don't think. Yeah. But either way, I mean, if the dunk contest always kind of dictates the weekend. If somebody blows up, then the weekend seems pretty good. But if it's like last year where the dunk contest is horrible, I don't know what they can do to make the All-Star game better, just because, if these guys don't feel like playing defense, then what are you going to do? The only good one is to me is baseball, because, the pitchers are always going to pitch. They're not just going to toss the ball over, and the hitters are going to try to hit the ball when they're, you know what I mean?
Doesn't the winner for the baseball one?
It also used to. I don't think it does it now, but it did.
Doesn't the winner get home
for the advantage? Does. It still does. Yeah. So, I mean, maybe you do it that way, but now they don't even do the East and the West anymore. So that doesn't matter anyway. So, I mean, this one was cool, at least to try to change it up as far as the drafting right before.
That was cool.
That was probably more entertaining than the game itself.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I mean, I think that it's just like Joey said, it is what it is. It's just a boring game at this point. It's just guys just kind of running up and down the court, and even the dunking, Morant did one dunk. Morant was the only one I even saw do a dunk that was actually worth watching,
Ran the game?
Yeah, he did one that was
I saw Dame put from half court though.
Yeah, I mean, there was a couple moments that were pretty sweet, but overall, I think that it's just kind of boring at this point. So,
yeah, we don't want to watch it.
Yeah. So they got to do something though, because after a while, you're just going to tune out. You're not even going to watch anymore.
They tune out this year, but people are going to go to it. People are going to go to it and do everything. But anyway, all right. Now, which team do you expect either to move up or move down in the standings after the All-Star break? I mean, the obvious one is probably the Suns. A lot of people have already crowned them. They already crowned the Suns. Crowned them.
Crown
They
him.
already crowned him, Joey. They already crowned him.
All right, well, I'll go going down. I'm gonna go Memphis. I think Memphis drops to the 4 seed.
Woo!
They're in the 2nd seed right now. I do think that the Clippers will be better. I think Dallas has a chance to move up, and I think obviously we just said Phoenix. So I think any of those teams could jump Memphis. And then I think Memphis, I mean, really doesn't matter. You're gonna have to go through the gauntlet in the West at this point anyway. You know, at the 2 seed right now, who would you be playing? Let me see.
Right now, well, 2 seed will get one of the play-ins.
They get one of the
You don't
play-ins.
really
So
know.
I don't even know if that's a favor. I mean, the Pelicans healthy are good.
Yeah,
Dallas
Pelicans
is
healthy.
at-
What? They were healthy. They were in the top. They were number 1 and 2 in the West.
Yeah, so I don't know if there's an easy win in any of those games.
Nah, it's not.
Even the play-in's gonna have tough outs.
Mhm.
You know, so even if you're the 1 to the 8, all the way up and down the West, but I just see right now Memphis is a couple games back behind the Clippers, Phoenix, Sacramento. I don't know if Sacramento holds on, Dallas. So I think there's going to be a lot of teams coming for Memphis in that 2 spot. I think they drop to the 4 spot. Another team I do like, I've been hyping up Cleveland. Cleveland! This is for you. I do like Cleveland. I don't know if they can move up though, because we'll see with the Giannis injury how Milwaukee looks. And Philly looks like they're starting to get some stuff together. So yeah, I'm gonna go Memphis drops to the 4 seed. That's my hot take for team that rises or falls.
Oh, okay. What about you? So we got Memphis dropping to the 4th seed. Who you got, Joey? What's your big move or big drop?
Rise or fall.
Rise or fall?
I fully expect the Lakers to move up. I think
where you got to project out. What spot?
I say the Lakers.
Put him on the spot, Chris. Put him on the spot.
I say the Lakers will.
They're 13.
They're 13. I say they will be within. They will be within the top. They will be within the top 6.
Oh,
6.
Oh my goodness.
They're only.
That's the hottest take you had all year right now.
They're only 3.5 games out.
Yeah, but jumping to 6 because that means
you gotta jump 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 teams.
I can see them doing that.
And that means somebody in the top 6 gotta drop down to the play-in, meaning Dallas, Phoenix, LA, Sacramento, Memphis.
Any of those teams, I definitely think that Memphis, Sacramento, Dallas can be on their way down. I like to see a lot of these teams lost some really good wings. They're sacrificing defense for the great offense. And I think the Lakers made some outstanding moves. They have a team that's going to complement their 2 superstars a little bit more, and they got rid of a guy that just did not fit at all.
Any team in the East rising or falling, you think?
I do like the Knicks' chances of moving on.
Oh, surprise.
A tad bit. I don't see anyone behind them that's really going to make a move. I
think.
Well,
You don't think Brooklyn stays there?
Milwaukee is, I think, clearly the team to beat once they are healthy.
Okay.
Once they
with the Celtics,
they have shooting, they have wings. They
got young.
Crowder.
You got the wings and the shooters.
They got wings and shooters.
Wings and shooters.
Everything. All they're missing is a healthy Giannis. That's all they are missing. I really like Milwaukee's move of getting Crowder. They didn't have to get rid of Grayson Allen, who's going to be there to play great wing defense. They need guys that on the perimeter that will make things difficult for Tatum and for Jaylen Brown. And they have all of it. They have all of it.
Okay.
Milwaukee's solid.
Who you got, JB?
Let's see. Going up, I was looking at the standings. I would say in the East, the the Heat getting Kevin Love, giving them some more size, and Brooklyn, not having a real star. I think the Heat can move up, and maybe the Knicks can move up. So maybe the Brooklyn might end up in the play-in, right? That's my East take. I think Boston and Miami is going to come down. I mean, right now Milwaukee is on the low, has won 12 in a row. Nobody's really talking about that.
Yeah, no one
right?
cares.
And but plus, but if Giannis getting hurt, who knows? But they only one game back. They tied the loss column and 2 games back in the win column with Boston. So that's going to be nice. I think Denver's going to lock up the West. And I also think that the top 6 is locked in. The top 6 is locked in. I believe that the Kings may come back down to earth a little bit. I mean, Clippers got more wins than them, but the Clippers also have more losses than them. And so, and so they all got the same. Like the only one that's really close to them is, the Kings may come back down to earth because they have more games to play, but I don't see the Lakers. The Lakers may get to the 10 spot. They're not getting to number 6. They be lucky to get to 10 or 9. It's not. It's number 6 is not happening. It's just not going. And maybe it does. I would not be surprised because Joey did make some decent moves for now the team chemistry. The Clippers. This is leading right into our next question. The Clippers getting Russell Westbrook is low-key a big-time move because now you don't need Paul George, Kawhi, Terrence Mann to handle the ball. Then you got you can have Russ just play like Russ and just do stuff, make stuff happen. So good move for the Clippers. And plus, Russ going to have added incentive to put on a show because the team next door got rid of him. So he's like, and did not call that? Did not say that's going to happen?
You said.
I said more than likely he's going to go there because why not?
Yeah.
Why? You can just stay in the same city.
Stay in LA. He's a California guy, so.
And then you actually go into a team that wants you and actually needs you for the role you play.
Well, and he's played with Paul George before. So.
Yeah, good relationship with Paul George. Oh. Yeah, so yeah. Except for that Dame game, right? The step back 3 from like 30. I'm sorry, the side step 3, which I watched live, was like, oh my goodness. All right. That's a shame. Dame, man, he'll go down one as the best in history if he don't get a chip or leave Portland and play somebody. Right? He had to do like Gary Payton, leave Portland and play on a team to win a championship.
Yeah, just load up on. He
has to get one because I don't think it's going to happen in Portland. But yeah, so, and I'll go ahead and answer that question and I'll throw it to y'all. It says, are the Clippers a real contender with Westbrook? I think they were a contender without Westbrook. But with Westbrook, I think giving them a true point guard, it makes them, and plus a rebounder, I don't know about defense, but the hustle guy, I think it gives them a real fighting shot in the West to win a championship. Because you got good coaching, you got superstars, you got good role players. They have a good a chance as anybody in the West to come out of there. All right, they made a lot of moves too, right? They got some more shooting. They got Eric Gordon, they got Bones, they got Westbrook. They needed some size. They went and got Plumlee, who was a big who can rebound and pass. Right? He's not just a big who can't do nothing else, but just play big. And so they're a deep squad, man. They got a really good chance. So what do you think about that, Joey? Do you think the Clippers are contenders in the West?
Yes, they are. They are definite contenders. However,
that's not the question.
Russell Westbrook's attitude is going to be the ultimate make it or break it for them. There is no way he should be on the court in the last 5 minutes. No way.
Why not? Explain that. Why should he be on the court in the last 5 minutes? Are we thinking about Lakers Russ? Because Wizards, when he was in the Wizards, he was pretty good last parts of the game. In that season that he, you know what I'm saying? He did some good stuff in the last 5 minutes. Lakers, maybe because how they was set up. I mean, like, you got him being a shooter, right?
He's always a shooter.
I'm saying, but you you got him, and you got the
Joey
ball.
just does not trust him.
You got the ball. You got the ball in LeBron's hand or Smars's hand, and you got Russ on the court as an outlet guy for as a shooting guy. That's not going to work. Now, for the Clippers, this is me. You put Russ in the game and put him in the pick and roll with maybe a guy who can shoot. Let him attack the rim. You got Paul George, Kawhi. What's his name? The guy who Powell out there. Man, you got shooters everywhere. That's different. That's different.
I don't him with the ball. I don't want him. I am
not. You don't want me off with the ball. Okay.
I don't know how often, as great of a playmaker as he is, he likes taking those shots also. And he is an awful shooter. He is an absolutely awful shooter. Whether it's from 3-point line, whether it's from he used to be a really good 16 to 17 foot.
It's so weird how his
a good free throw shooter.
It's so weird. And he looks so stiff when he shoots. Like when you look at him when he's younger, maybe it's an injury or something he never really talked about because his shot just went south really quick, man.
Yeah, it definitely has. I'm not.
It went like
that's
he's not. It's just that he'll knock a 3 every once in a while. He'll make some shots, but the consistency is terrible.
Like I'm sure every single time Laker fans saw him shooting, they're like, "Oh my gosh, this dude is shooting again."
He's shooting from free throw line. He's shooting 65% this year.
65%.
There were times where early in his career. So other than this is his seasons. He went 81, 78, 84, 82, 80, 82, 83, 81, 84. Then it just went 73, 65, 76, 65, 66, 65. How does that happen?
You can't tell me. It's either like what either took his confidence or took his just form. Like what happened?
His field goal percent has always stayed in the 42 to 45 range, and his 3-point percent is always floats around the 30% mark, which is not very good anyway. But his free throws, where you're like, how does a guy go from a really good free throw shooter to
80%?
82, 83% is really good. And now you're at 66. I mean, that's that's almost like a big where you're worried about, like Giannis is like a 55, 56% shooter, and he's detrimental to the team at the end of the games because of
but not in the big games.
yeah, exactly.
The big games, he's against Phoenix, he proved that, hey, the big moments, and when did he go that last game? What, 16 for 16 or something like that?
I mean, that's when they step up. That's when you make your career right there. I mean, for me, I would say I'm with you guys in that I thought they were already contenders. The problem is just we don't necessarily know what the Clippers are in full health and now full squad because they just don't seem to gel and play enough games together because Kawhi is the way Kawhi is.
True.
Paul George, he's not like Kawhi, but he does miss some games here and there.
Playoff P.
And we've seen playoff P turn it up in the playoffs, and we've also seen him lay
an egg.
So
he missed some free throws
against
Phoenix at once. He missed some free throws against Phoenix, man.
Oh yeah. I mean, we've seen him lay some
duds.
Some real duds. So
big time.
I think though that when you got those two guys, and we've seen Kawhi dominate in the playoffs.
Guy is Joey's boy. Fun guy.
And adding Westbrook is a guy who, as long as Westbrook comes in and kind of what he did with the Lakers of just kind of playing his role perfectly.
Yeah.
I think he's in a great addition because he seems to now be over I need to be all-star Russell Westbrook and just kind of, which it happens to most people in their career. Very few people just fade away and go out on a high note. Most people just, there's not many of those guys. And
like LeBron doing right now, putting up 30. Had kids telling me like, yeah, LeBron's putting up 30 years old. He's putting up 30 points a game. Jordan didn't do that. I said, when Jordan put those numbers up, he was winning championships though.
Yeah,
LeBron's in 13th place right now. The kid's like,
Number
ooh,
one.
Yeah, exactly. There's a big difference.
it's a big difference, man.
Look,
I mean, the thing with
I-
Westbrook, the thing with Westbrook is what we all knew would happen to his game is you talk about the great players, LeBron, Jordan, Kobe. Those guys are freaky athletes early on in their career and they play a certain way. And then once that athleticism starts to go, they all have shown an ability to transition to another style of game and still dominate the game. Russell Westbrook played a certain way
And never
when he
stop
was
playing
the
it.
freakiest athlete on the court. And then now, if you're a step slower or whatever, you're not maybe the athlete you once were. I mean, he's still a great athlete, but you got to transition your game. And he just never was able to change his style up. And I think that's why he's not the player he is anymore.
That's funny, like, because Joey, I'm sorry, I said Joey, I mean Jordan. Jordan used to be like that, going to the rim, dunking on people. Then, but by the end of his career, he was at free throw line. I'm gonna pull up in your mug,
And just
fade
like
away,
the
just
fade away, like the
destroy
back you down. Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah, I mean, that's the problem with what Westbrook is. He's never really changed his game. He still hasn't fully changed his game. He just now doesn't need to try to dominate the ball as much and take ridiculous shots.
I mean, his numbers like averaging like 16, like 7 and 8 or something like that. I mean,
He
like,
is at least
good numbers.
He's at least not ball hogging. Because if you watch enough Westbrook like a couple years ago, last couple of years, there's times where you're like, it's like watching a high school player where you're like, what in the world are you doing? Like this, I'm not watching one of the great 75 players of all time making this play. You know what I mean? It's like I'm watching like when we watch Drew Middle and you're just like, okay, that's expected from those, not expected from a top 75 guy. He's probably one of the only guys in the top 75 players all time that make you like head scratchers every game.
He may actually start. They may start like subtracting him.
Yeah, he's just like, I'm going. He's got the down like Memphis.
Look, I trust Reggie Jackson with the ball in his hand more than I trust Russell Westbrook.
Well, Reggie Jackson, ain't he gone?
They got rid of Reggie Jackson.
Got rid of Reggie Jackson and John Wall. They got rid of all their point guards.
But then I don't. I mean, look, they're getting rid of their point guards, but the ball is in Kawhi and Paul George's hand most of the time anyway. Westbrook does not do well when he does not have the ball in his hand. I don't want the ball in his hand when I got Paul George and Kawhi.
Joey is not loving this move.
I for the early part of the game, yes, but I am not putting him
Joey will be freaking out if he sees 3 minutes left and he sees number 0 out there.
And on that roster, when it's crunch time, I know 2 other guys that I'm willing to actually put out there. Eric Gordon should be out there, and Powell should be out there. Russell Westbrook.
I mean, your end of the game lineup, you probably, depends on what you wanted to do. Especially if you put like Zubac in the pick and roll, Paul George or Kawhi, then you got shooters everywhere. You got Norman Powell, Eric Gordon, Paul George, Kawhi.
Mm-hmm.
And you got to pretty much pick your poison. But one of the problems with them, though, I see, is that in the games, instead of doing stuff like that, they like to go out of one-on-one. And they have the highest isolation plays anybody in the league. I think that's Ty Lue's thing. He likes isolation. So that's the one thing about them that I don't like all the time, is that at the end of the game, they want to go ISO instead of getting some ball movement and getting some open shots. But, they got 30 games to work on it to make a playoff push. They got a good chance of anybody else. I mean, you think about it, the only team in the West, there are only 2 teams in the West are the top, probably the top 3 teams right now have the most continuity because they didn't really make that much change. Nuggets, Memphis, Sacramento, and the ones below them, Clippers, Suns, Mavericks, they added some new pieces. So they got to kind of figure it out in these next 30 or 40 days. So it's going to be an interesting race in the West.
Yes,
you know what I'm saying? All right. So like Joey told y'all earlier, if you are making playoff picks, if you out there and you listening, you better get them picks in. You better get them in. You better get them in. We got, the NBA picks are hot and they ready to go. And I know Dewey has been so excited about the NBA picks. He was talking about NBA picks back in
I was ready.
I mean, not February, back in November. JB,
I've
when
been
the
ready.
NBA picks coming? When the NBA picks, JB? I'm saving my money for the NBA picks, JB. All right. So we kind of gonna change gears to talk about football. Before we talk about this first question, because we got remember, do y'all remember when what did they call Eric Bieniemy when he was it said it on the Sports Center? Was it Finding Bieniemy or the enemy of the state? It was some kind of name they
that's
always
pretty
did on
sweet.
Sports Center for Eric Bieniemy when he played in Colorado. You ever watch that 30 and 30 about the coach there? When they coached the team that won the national championship game?
No, never
They
seen
got
that.
that five down, it was five downs against Missouri.
Yes, the fifth down.
Yeah, okay. Anyway, but Eric
Was
Bieniemy
Bieniemy on that? He was on
that team. Yes, he was. Yes.
Oh,
Yep, Eric Bieniemy. But my man, I was like, when I was sent a message to Joey and Chris, and I was talking about for the upcoming football season, we're gonna start doing a CJ Squared like weekly fantasy draft, and it's going. And Joey's like, "How are we gonna do it, JB?" Ask me some question, Joey. I'm gonna explain to you how it's going to work right now, live here. So what you'll do is you'll have the whole gambit of players to pick from, right? You get a quarterback, you get a running back,
Mm-hmm.
you get quarterback, a running back, a wide receiver, tight end, right? But the kicker is you can only use those guys once the whole season.
Oh wow, okay.
So you got 18 weeks. And every 18 weeks, you got to pick. So now, me and you can pick the same QB one week because it's a great matchup. So I got Mahomes this week. Like I got Mahomes too. But rest of the season, no Mahomes.
Right. Gotcha.
So that's how we're gonna do it.
that's pretty cool, actually.
And then at the end, we can total our points up and see how we did.
Yeah.
All right, that's what I meant by that. So that's just add a little spice to our show and maybe get some more insight on some fantasy players and because really we probably be looking for who we think got the best matchups that week, who can do well that week in fantasy.
Yeah.
Based on who they're playing against. But anyway, on to the next question about the Washington Commandos. That's right, they're still the Commandos.
Yes, they are.
They had a new hire. Eric Bieniemy, I think he came with news today or had an interview today and said that him coming to Washington had nothing to do with him trying to fall into the head coach job. I don't know why he came to Washington. Maybe he just needed a change of. I mean, he's won 2 NFL Super Bowls already as the OC. And I think he's trying to step out of Andy Reid's shadow to prove that it's not just Andy Reid. Maybe it's also me calling plays and doing a good job. I'm out, and I wish him that I wish he didn't go to my most hated team. So I'm not going to wish him any luck. I mean, he's going to the team I hate out of all teams in football. He's going to the one I hate the most. But last year, the Commanders finished 8-9. They did beat Dallas in a meaningless game for the Cowboys at the end of the year where the Cowboys couldn't move up or down in the standings. But they had a losing record. The year they made the playoffs, I believe they went 8-9 too, right? Didn't they have a losing record that year they went and played Tampa in the playoffs?
That would have been 7-9,
right? Yeah, I think so. They went 7-9 that year as well. So and they're looking like they'll be, unless they bring in a QB or draft one, and looking like they're going to have Sam Howell as a starter to begin camp. Heineke probably going to be a backup. He said he's loving to be a backup, still getting paid.
Oh yeah, I bet.
But what are the expectations for the Commanders in a weak NFC? The NFC as a whole is weak. I mean, the NFC is going to be. I mean, Tom Brady's gone, so now and Aaron Rodgers could be gone. So it could really change the whole dynamic of the NFC, like a power vacuum between the Cowboys and the Eagles and whomever and the 49ers.
The Niners,
basically.
yeah.
And maybe the Rams may bounce back too, right? The Rams could bounce back. They get Cup healthy, they get Stafford healthy. They would have a chance to also bounce back. Cardinals got a new coach. But do we trust Kyler Murray? But anyway, what are the expectations for the Commanders for you next year, Chris? What do you see them doing next year?
I mean, I think they can probably sneak into the back of the playoffs. I think defensively, the playoffs, I think they're defensively they're good enough.
So you like 10 minutes late.
The difference is that on one team he had the best quarterback by far in the league, and we've seen that. And now you go to a team with an unproven quarterback and Sam Howell has how many starts does he have? 2 or 3 starts, maybe? Does he even have that many?
Weapons. They got weapons though.
But I mean, they do have some weapons. I mean, I wouldn't say that they're loaded on as the wide receiver position, but I think that.
So I mean, they got more weapons than the Cowboys do. You got Dotson. You got
McLaurin,
Logan
Thomas, Gibson,
and Logan Thomas. But then you have the other guys pretty good. The kind of the Swiss Army knife guy came from the Panthers. Your boy
Curtis Samuels.
I mean, you have playmakers.
Yeah. I mean, I think he, obviously it comes down to the quarterback position there, and I mean, they're in a division. They're in the NFC East is probably the toughest now division in all of the NFC. So, you're going to be battling against those teams, those 3 other teams. The Giants look like they've turned it around a little bit. So there is really no easy win.
Daniel Jones wants to get paid like Patrick Mahomes, don't he?
Yeah, he wants to cash in after that.
I've heard that's not entirely true.
It probably isn't. I'm sure that's just a little blown up, but
if he wants, Joey, I ask you later. If he wants, what kind of money does he want? What kind of money does he want? Like, he want Dak money? He want Kirk Cousins money? Because the Dak money is going to be a bargain now with the new salary cap they got.
Mm-hmm.
And everybody going to be looking, which is part of my next question, looking for that Deshaun Watson bag.
Yes, the next guy is like, why am I not? Well, we'll wait.
Yeah, so for me, I think that's the expectation. Slip into the back end of the playoffs, and then you really, at that point, you really never know. You gotta just make the playoffs, and you got a shot. I mean, I think probably the Eagles will come back down to earth a little bit, and then the Niners, they still got their quarterback question. So the NFC can be had, I think. I don't think that they're a Super Bowl contender by any means, but I do think that he probably is going there eventually to try to get the head coaching job, no matter what he says. So, and get out of Andy Reid's shadow, because the thing is that here he goes to Rivera, who is much more of a defensive minded coach. He's going to be able to get to run the show. He's got a quarterback who they really haven't invested a ton in. So if he doesn't like his guy, maybe, they go out next year, the year after that, and try to get a guy he likes. So, I think he's in a good spot for him. I just say that the expectations of the Commanders is probably, if they make the playoffs, I would think that's a successful season for them. So that's kind of where I'm at with that.
So Mavericks are up 28 with 30 seconds left.
Oh, good thing you didn't bet that one, Joey.
I know. Goodness.
You were taking the Spurs in the points?
He thought that was he thought it was a little overrated.
Yeah, late.
Spurs,
One-
Spurs are bad.
Fourth quarter, they opened it up on them. They opened it up a can of Bobby Boucher on them.
Oh, Bobby Boucher.
having that. My
They
goodness.
say
Bobby Boucher.
open up a can of whoop.
An entire can.
Yeah, he just.
My goodness.
All right, Joey, what are you thinking? What's their expectations here?
Well, the expectations are everything that was done clearly everything that was done in Kansas City. They like to see a bit of that in Washington, who has not really had any type of exciting offense that is in the top 10, for a long, long time. And Bieniemy was the main one. He is the master of the Andy Reid West Coast offense. He's the one that was calling the majority of the play. So if the Commanders do make a jump into the top, I would say even the top 15 as far as overall offense, then that's a victory. They are, as JB said, they are talented on offense. They definitely are.
They're good defensively.
Yes, they are. They are a
Their front four really good when they are healthy.
They've got the shell.
Back end a little suspect though.
They've got the shell though of a team that could easily make that jump. Though you wouldn't be surprised if Sam Howell came into his own if they go from a mid-level team to a top 4 team in the East. Or in the NFC. Like I don't think anyone would be that surprised because, like you guys said, they've got playmakers on the offensive side and they've got a good defense. It's a quarterback-driven league, and so I think it still comes down to that. But hopefully he might be the quarterback whisperer because, look what he's done with Mahomes. But that's Mahomes, so it's hard to say.
By the way, there's been a 24-point swing in the Portland-Sacramento game.
I know, I saw it.
Wow.
Sacramento's up 9.
24.
Yeah.
24-point swing.
I mean, the Raiders don't have nothing. They have nothing out there on the court right now. Nothing.
Nope.
No Dame, and then Dame not playing until Sunday.
Yes, it's like it's not time for him.
And here, look, listen to I'm looking at pull it up. His last 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 30, 42, 42, 29, 40, 28, 33, yes, 38, 40, 39.
He was on a binge. That's what
he was on this right here. He was on Dame time.
Yeah, what time is it?
Time. All right, there we go. You know what my expectations of them are. You already know that. I do think they are. They could be 3 or 4 in the NFC East. All right, I think clearly the top 2 teams in that division right now are the Cowboys and the Eagles. Eagles, of course, coming off a magnificent season. Super Bowl Super Bowl runner-ups. Best team in football all year. Weak schedule.
Mm-hmm.
Overrated defense. I mean, their defense was overrated. I'm sorry.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Right? I mean, their offense was so good that when your offense is really good, your defense gets to just play kind of like one-sided, like one way. Like, all right, we get to rush the passer the whole game now. We don't have to stop the run. They got to pass. So we can just pin our tails back and go after the quarterback constantly. And some teams don't really have that great quarterback, and they played a lot of teams with bad QBs. When they play good QBs, pay the price.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Cowboys, defense pretty solid. Offense, solid, lacking playmakers. But overall, talent-wise, probably better than the Giants. Probably better than the Commanders overall. But the Giants are probably the least talented team, probably one of the best coach teams.
Yes.
The Commanders had talent. Their front 4 is still all first-round picks.
Right.
So, I mean, what other team can say that your front 4? The other team that could say that back in the day was San Fran, and they were pretty good. They had Solomon Thomas, and they had, but they traded a couple of those guys away already. But Washington next year, still in turmoil with the ownership, bringing in Bieniemy. I don't know. I'm gonna agree with Chris in thinking that based on whatever else is out there in the NFC, they have a chance. I think the one teams, there's two teams in the NFC, I think, that are going to flash next year. It's going to be, I think it's going to be Detroit. They have a better year. And because how they play towards the end, I think the Rams are going to bounce back and be a playoff team.
Yeah, I know you're definitely high on Detroit.
Man, I just like
You
Detroit.
you better be all over that total with their win total.
Look, I mean, Detroit, yeah, they have weapons. They got a good run. They had two good running backs.
They got them.
They have a great slot receiver. They have an up and come. They have outside receivers that can just go. Chark, and they got Williams, and they did lose a tight end because he went to Minnesota. And the Vikings too, they got weapons everywhere too. So
yes, they do.
I mean, but the Vikings defense like Swiss cheese, though. We already know that.
Carved.
They like Swiss cheese, baby. They got holes everywhere.
Yeah, they're holes everywhere.
Listen, when you go and see Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania, remember what I said about holes.
Okay.
It's a part in there about holes, and it's funny. And when the season starts, I will be using that in our show for sorry teams with no defense. But you guys gotta see it before I bring it up.
I'll remember that when
you're gonna laugh when you see like, oh, JB, okay, I got it.
That's what he was talking about.
Yeah.
I would to see. I mean, Andy Reid has had some successful coaches that have coached on offense, but that went on to become head coaches. It is a little odd that Bieniemy has not gotten that call.
The Andy Reid tree.
Reid
tree, got the Belichick tree.
Andy Reid tree is deep. That West Coast.
The best tree seems to be the guy from the Rams? His tree. His guys, Zach Taylor, Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Who else did he coach? Who else coached under him that's doing well?
Not the guy for no, I'm thinking
LaFleur.
Somebody else.
LaFleur.
Oh yeah.
Brandon Staley.
Isn't Frank Wright? Is he at the Panthers this year?
Yes, he is.
Yeah. Who's coaching the Bucks? Who do they get?
They didn't get one of the Philly guys.
The Philly guys one of them went to the Colts, right? And the other one, the OC went to the Colts. The DC went to the Cardinals.
Or is it flipped around?
Doesn't matter.
Well, the enemy's had his chance. What, more than 10 times been told no. More than 10
Andy
times.
Reid is his coaching tree. He's got Sean McDermott, John Harbaugh, Matt Nagy, Doug Peterson, Ron Rivera, Todd Bowles, Pat Shurmur, Leslie Frazier, Spagnuolo, Brad Childers. Man, he's got a lot of guys.
A lot of good guys on there too. Oh,
yeah. Even counting the enemy.
Matt Nagy got hired and actually was
okay. I hate Matt Nagy. So you know I hate Matt Nagy.
And the enemy.
I know you do.
Right. I remember when he went to the Bears, he used to get on my last freaking nerves. Just trying to be so cute. That's why he got fired. Trying to do too much, man.
Oh.
Trying to do too much. Got linebackers running plays in and just doing all that kind of dumb crap. Anyway, more football. Let's talk about Lamar Jackson. I read today that Lamar Jackson was a deal similar but greater, more money than the Deshaun Jackson deal.
Deshaun Watson, yeah.
Deshaun Jackson, Watson, all the same.
All the same.
Deshaun Watson, my bad. I'm thinking about Deshaun Watson, the wide receiver. So I know Chris ain't give nobody no guaranteed money, so this is a moot question to ask him. I don't even know why he put it on here. I mean, there's no way Chris giving anybody that kind of guaranteed money. So I'm gonna start with you first, Joey. Are you giving Lamar Jackson the Deshaun Watson bag plus a little on the side? Are you doing that? that much guaranteed money?
Absolutely. I'm giving Lamar Jackson whatever he wants. He is my entire offense. Yes, unfortunately, Cleveland reset the freaking market, but that's what Cleveland does. They mess it up, and based on
Cleveland, it's for you.
thanks a lot, Cleveland, for resetting the entire market. And now Lamar Jackson, who's sitting here with the league MVP, and Cleveland's quarterback does not have one, is pretty much saying, well, where's my money? Because I'm better than that guy that's in Cleveland. He doesn't have a league most valuable player. So, but just based on not forgetting the market, it's hard to get the quarterback position straight. It really is. And if you don't have it, you're not going to compete. And the only reason you could argue that he is one of the biggest reasons why they are in competition to win the AFC North every year and to go to the playoffs every year, even though he's going to have to take care of himself a little bit more, because he's also the reason why Baltimore was out this year, because he wasn't there. I guess there you go there. He can use that. Well, when I didn't play, you all did absolutely nothing. You need me. So yeah,
I'm gonna counter your points because I know what Chris is gonna say. So I'm gonna let Chris go at the end because I know he's not giving nobody that kind of money. So this is my thing. I'm not giving him the money either. My reasons for it is, yes, he has a league MVP. Yes, he's a whole offense. But this dude misses, he misses too many practices. He's always sick. He's always got, I'm telling you, every time he's always got something going on like he's sick. Non-COVID illness, he isn't practicing.
He's had that. That is true.
The last like 3 or 4 years, he's like always like something going on with him. Right? Now, one of the best playmakers in the NFL. One of the most exciting players on the field when you see him play, because this is that one guy, you know, at any moment, he goes to the house.
Absolutely.
Any moment. Right? Still doesn't pass enough outside the hashes. Doesn't pass enough outside the hashes. Right? Likes to stay in the middle of the field a lot.
You let that guy walk, JB? You let a special talent walk away from you?
Franchise tag him.
Man, you're paying 40-something, $45 million.
But I think
if he wants to sit out, then that's on him.
Is it 33 million? 33?
I don't know how much. It's a lot.
It's 30-something million.
I'm not giving him a guaranteed. I'm not giving nobody in NFL a guaranteed $200 million based on the fact that what can happen to them. Like the injuries in the NFL, like Lamar, do we even know what happened to him this year? What was his injury?
A knee injury.
But wasn't it a foot at one time?
May have been.
He started off pretty hot at the beginning of the season. Right? But then after that, he just, I don't know, but
the market is going that way towards this guarantee. I guess you can add in all of two. I mean, they're all going to argue the markets, and I know the market is not always fair at all. But the players don't want to hear that, and I'm sure the owners don't want to hear that.
I got a take for you that you may not like. Deshaun Watson is better than Lamar Jackson.
I don't know.
I think so. Like, as a passer,
I would definitely.
I think that if Deshaun Watson didn't have the issue outside of football what he had, we wouldn't even be having a discussion about the talent that he is.
Deshaun Watson he always seemed to be like,
the dude.
I don't think Deshaun Watson's peak has ever been as good as that MVP year of Lamar Jackson though.
But I think over the long term.
Over the long term, it might be. Player. It might be because I think Lamar Jackson, he's not a great passer, so his game has to be built around.
Yeah, and how long is that going to last?
It might be kind of what we said with the Russell Westbrook thing.
Yeah, what's going to happen when he gets one of those. He's lucky he hasn't got a Robert Griffin type hit.
And I think as much as I would hate guaranteed contracts, and I definitely do, I don't like to. I'm always on the owner side. I'm more torn though, only because one, that it is guaranteed. It's obviously when you got a guy who has missed, early in his career, the first 2 years, I think he played 15 games out of the 16. But last 2 years, he's now missed. He's played 12 the last 2 years, so he's missing games last 2 years.
So he's played 12 per year, or missed 12, or played 12.
No. He's played 12 per year, so he's not missing a huge amount. But at the same time, that whole offense is built on him. They're a pretty good team when he doesn't play, but they're a upper echelon team when he plays and he becomes Lamar Jackson, I think. So now all of a sudden you got a guaranteed contract when you talk about the guy who basically the whole thing is built around him running, and you say, okay, well, he's an RG3 injury away from destroying our franchise and putting us behind for years because of the money we're invested.
Yeah,
but at the same time, that's the argument against it, obviously, and that's not a hard sell for why you go against it. The other side, though, is you look at a team like Washington, who for years would not pay Kirk Cousins the money. And then what that did, if they had just signed Kirk Cousins, they would probably be a playoff team the last couple of years. I'm not saying Kirk Cousins is a game changer as far as a Super Bowl winner, but I think he's better than what they've been pushing out there every year. So the fact is, you're trying to mess around with that quarterback position. I think that's the one reason you want to lock him up, is because at his peak, he's not necessarily, he's an MVP talent or that level of player. Yeah. So that's hard to come by. We've seen teams who mess around like the Washington, and then they can't find, like, look at the Colts. Colts are a good team. They can't get their
Andrew Luck retiring ruined them for years.
Yeah, exactly. So but that's the other end, is imagine a Lamar Jackson, same type of thing where he gets injured and he's out for years, or just never the same guy, and you've locked all that money in. It's a tough question, and that's why I think Baltimore is all in on this one guy as far as building their core. He's irreplaceable in the league because there's really nobody like him that you can just go out and get.
No, there isn't.
So, I mean, the argument, I could see both sides. That's just a lot of money, but I think Joey's right in that the league is once one guy does it, that's now the market, and now every quarterback below that guy, or even in that realm, even if he says, well, you're Watson level talent, right? Even if they can make an argument that he's right there, that's now the bar. And then once that bar is set, now what happens is, like, unless the whole league is like, I don't care, Cleveland just made a mistake, is Baltimore going to be the first one to kind of pull the trigger on that? You know what I mean? So I would say, ooh, man, that's tough. If I given him that money, I'm probably, man, I do not know. That is really, really tough.
Yes,
That's coming from me, who never wants to pay.
Watson's fourth year in the league, right before he, did all that knuckles, this everything. Dude had 33 touchdowns, 4,800 yards, a rating of 112.4. QBR was kind of but 70% passing.
Lamar's not getting that.
And how many? And who do you have on there as its receivers that would like solid?
Was that Brandon Cooks?
Yeah, this year he had that one guy with the speed. He had D-Hop.
Yes,
one of the best ever, and he had the other guy with the speed.
Was Cooks was
Notre Dame kid.
Oh, Fuller. Where's he at now?
Well, he didn't sign this year because Watson didn't play.
Oh, geez.
And he also didn't run the ball that much, but he still had 444 yards running with three touchdowns. So I mean,
I would say they're comparable players as far as probably right now they're probably below the 2 or 3 main guys. They're kind of in that next caliber down below.
I think Watson next year is going to, with a full start of the year, I think he's gonna jump right back into that conversation with the Barrows and those guys next year. Gets to play them twice a year, right? Get to play.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's Mahomes is in a tier by himself, and then you probably
they already crowned Buttons boy Allen. They already crowned him. They already said you got Allen, Mahomes, Burrow.
We saw that going in. Everybody was saying
everybody
that.
else.
Yeah,
they crowned him already.
We saw that. We saw how that went.
I am, like I said, the NFL is the worst when it comes to paying people, but I understand how things are. I mean, if I'm an NFL player, I am trying to get as much guaranteed money as I can.
Get the bag.
Because you see the other league. The NFL generates probably the most money out of all these leagues. They only play 16 games. And if you get hurt, you're done. So yeah, give me the bag, man.
Give me the bag.
I'm taking it. If I get that bag, I'm gonna take it.
You can't hate on a guy for trying to get paid. So.
I ain't mad at Deshaun Watson getting that money. That's on Cleveland. That's like Joey said. Thanks, Cleveland.
Yeah.
Reset
Cleveland.
the market.
Hey, guys in the NBA, man, you got dudes in the NBA be getting like talking about the bag in baseball, the super bag, right? Like
yeah, that's a good segue.
And in baseball, all you have to do in baseball is hit the ball 3 out of 10 times.
That's it.
That's it. 3 out of 10 times,
you're almost a Hall of Famer if you do that.
Yes. If you were a baseball player, played for a team, and every time you went every year you bat 300. Every year.
Yeah.
And you didn't have a lot of errors and you can run the bases, oh man, you're getting paid.
Uh-huh.
Oh yeah.
You can just put I'm paid on your back of your name. This guy's paid. And that guy gets paid. Batting 300, running the bases.
You're getting 300 million probably.
Yeah, probably. You know what I'm
For
saying?
10 years. You're getting 300 million 10 years.
If you're in the NBA, you shooting 30%, you're not getting paid. You ain't lasting in the league that long. Probably not even lasting in Europe.
You're right about that.
The NFL, if you catch the ball you catch 3 out of 10 passes, fumble 3 out of 10 carries, complete 3 out of 10 passes, you washed up very quick.
That tells you right there how hard it is to hit a baseball, though.
Yes, it does, right? It does. That's the thing.
That's
I got a lot of commentary going on with Buttons. Buttons says that he agrees that Deshaun is better than Lamar. He also says that, which I couldn't believe, he said that Washington will have a winning record. Buttons must really like Sam Howell, because he says that with Sam Howell starting, Washington will beat the Buffalo Bills next year.
Oh, wow.
And they will have a winning record if he plays the whole year. He must be a Sam Howell truther.
My goodness.
You can
where's Sam Howell?
You see if Buttons wants to come on early and talk about the Blue Jays when we talk about our baseball squad.
Oh, bring him right now.
You want to jump on now?
Get him on.
And talk about the Blue Jays on our baseball.
Get him on.
Yes, I think you share the link, Buttons, on the calendar. It should be on there. If not, let me know. I know you out there doing something.
All right, so next segment, then we go. So we got baseball grades. I got them from the sports app that me and Joey always use. So it gives the grades out of what the off-season moves are like for each team for our 3 squads, and then Button's going to come on and I'll find Toronto, see what they gave them. JB's Braves, they gave them a C. I don't necessarily know. For them, I don't think they had to make a lot of moves. So I'm not you can. There's Buttons there. Joey's boys got an A, the Yankees, and then I got a B. The Red Sox got a B-.
The Crankies.
The old Crankies. So let me see.
What's going on, man? What kind of hat is that?
What up, Buttons?
Oh, there's the old
Buttons.
Watch the game tonight?
Man, Dwayne
is that the team for the XFL jersey you got on? What's that?
No, this is the Hitman. This is the original XFL.
Oh, the Hitman.
The
Okay.
old hitman. All right, so Joey, let me go over the Yankees. Let me see what they gave up. Yankees got an A in their grade.
Which they
They
should.
got rid of Benintendi, Matt Carpenter, Chapman, Green, Tyon, and then they really just signed Rodon. You think that's an A?
Absolutely. On
You
paper,
could have said they hired the shit emoji. He didn't be like,
I mean, they may be including
he didn't be like A plus.
they may be
A.
including Aaron Judge in there as a
Aaron
re-sign.
Judge, oh yes, that's an
'Cause
A.
that's as big as move as you're gonna make in baseball right there is signing the MVP back. So
Signing the most player back and signing one of the top 5, a great pitcher from the last 2 years, and a pitcher that was definitely sought after. There were a lot of clubs that wanted.
What picture was this? Who they signed?
Rodon. He was nasty.
Rodon is who they signed. He's good.
He has nasty stuff. He is.
When
he
I
is
heard
a true number 2.
Rodon, I think about the giant bird in Godzilla. That's what I think.
Godzilla! Oh, what the? We both hit that at the same time. Godzilla!
Did y'all see the last Godzilla King of the Monsters?
Oh, the Godzilla, y'all, is JB's joint. He
Really?
loves Godzilla.
He loves him some Godzilla.
He loves Godzilla.
Dude, I used to watch all the Godzilla movies on black and white TV with my grandpa in the middle of the night in the country when we didn't have nothing. Nothing. I remember the one they had Godzilla fighting Kung Fu with a freaking tree.
Look at the moves Godzilla has.
With the suit be all loose, see the suit flopping.
Oh,
the
the
guy-
old floppy
There
suit.
you go, baby. Godzilla. I
Floppy
love Godzilla.
Godzilla.
Yeah. Rodon was his Godzilla versus Rodon, but in the King of the Monsters, Rodon was in that piece.
Oh man.
Chris, update Thunder, Jazz, Thunder, overtime, 118, 117, 12.5 left.
I need a plus
40 and
2.
10.
Man, my teams tonight. Toronto crushed me at the end, and now OKC is hanging on, fighting.
You're a plus 2 though, right?
Plus 2, yeah. Plus
Yeah,
2.5,
yeah.
I think I got.
Yes, I guess somebody made some. Your boy is what he does all the time, goes to the free throw line. Got 39 points now.
I'll take it. Buttons, you got Toronto. They gave it a B. They got Bassett, Belt, which is pretty good. Chad Green, was he on the Yankees, Joey?
Yes, he
Exactly.
was.
Was on the
Yankees
yeah.
reliever. Yep.
Kiermaier, who seems like he's been forever, and then Dalton Varsho or whatever his name is. They got rid of Gurriel, Hernandez,
Giggity, Joey.
Stripling. What are you liking that? You think
I don't mind the B. I don't mind the B. I mean, Hernandez is a loss, but I don't think we were going to pay him anyway. And who we got back for him, I mean, we got a prospect that, who knows if he's going to work out, but we got a pretty good reliever, I think, in return for Teoscar. So I'm good with the B. It's definitely not an A. I think getting rid of Stripling after, he had like a career year, he's not going to do that again. So
you're sell high.
Yeah, sell high on Stripling for sure. So I'm good with the B. Yeah.
All right, so Boston, Boston got a B minus. I have no clue how they got a B minus with the guys that they got rid of. They got rid of Bogarts, Evaldi, JD Martinez,
Mookie
Waka,
Betts.
Bam,
Mookie Betts.
They're still reeling from that. And really they only signed Duvall, your boy Adam Duvall, Kenley Jansen. They signed that Japanese guy, so we don't know, and they paid a lot of money for him. Justin Turner, who I don't even know how old Justin Turner is anymore. I mean, he seems like he's been around forever. I mean, they've got a lot of injury issues. I mean, Boston's just, I don't know what they're doing right now. I think they've got to be picked to finish. I don't see how they get a B minus. I think that's more of a C minus off season for them, just because, I mean, they're not in win now mode anyway, I don't think.
They aren't.
So Let me see the Braves. Let me see what they gave them a C. They
Braves.
got Sam Hilliard, Joe Jimenez, Sean Murphy is probably their better guy that they got. Kevin Pillar, who's been around forever. Gave up Contreras. That's probably a loss. They gave up Duvall, who went to Boston. Jansen, Odorizzi, Dansby Swanson is a big one also.
To the Cubs.
Mhm.
The Cubs. Yeah. What are you thinking? They got a C? Are you feeling like that's about right?
I mean, they didn't really make any splashes, but I mean, we talk about off season, but I think they still are pretty kind of loaded. They made all their moves last year, right? You bring in Harris, you bring in Grissom. Now Grissom is taking over that spot where Swanson played.
Well-
You had what's the boy's name? Yes, they got him looking like I saw in fantasy, he's like a top 20 pick, the pitcher. Not my man, not Max, but the other boy, Joey that dropped Joey picked up.
Strider?
Yes.
Strider.
I mean, you know,
Is
he's
he the one
looking,
with the stash?
He's
yeah,
a
he's
fire,
looking
he's a
like he's gonna
fireballer.
be
Yeah,
a
he's-
stud. I
fireball.
mean, you got, I mean, you already, and then most of you didn't have Acuna Jr. I mean,
Well,
you
yeah,
already-
you're getting
you loaded.
Albies. You're getting Albies and Acuna back healthy.
Yeah.
That's
And
that's
you still
almost its own.
you still got a guy at third base who was top in the top and one of the top 5 in home runs and RBIs in the NL. And
Correct.
you got the guy at first base who's had a solid season. You got
Awesome.
good pitching.
Yep.
I mean, you didn't probably need to make any changes because your team is so young.
Correct.
Why, are you worried?
Everybody's locked up for a couple of years. You're good.
Especially Grissom and Harris are really good.
Yeah, yeah. I mean,
Are
what?
you worried,
Strider and Harris were at first and second in Rookie of the Year.
JB, you worried they gave the Mets an A?
I mean, the Mets, did they bring in my boy?
They bring on
Verlander.
Verlander.
Yeah, my boy from ODU, Verlander. So I mean, I don't know. I mean, the Mets always seem to be there. I mean, the NL going to be good. You got the Phillies, you got the Phillies, the Braves. The Nationals going to be good to go see Tick beaten, so that's a good thing. We can watch them get their butts whooped.
The Mets are greedy. The Mets are aggressive, and I love it. They remind me of the 90s Yankees. Aggressive. Whatever they want, they go after it.
They
Last-
gonna spend it.
Last
They-
question
they-
before. What do you think they gave the Nats?
I
F,
give them an
letter
F
grade.
or a D.
F.
F
What
or
do you say?
D.
anything. I mean, it's garbage. It's just,
Yeah, they got a D.
Yeah.
I wonder if there's even an F on here.
Did anybody get an F?
I'm looking right. I'm
Yeah,
going through.
I doubt it. They don't give an F's out.
They don't usually. Colorado got a D. The Reds got a D. And the Nats get a D. That was the NL. Let me see the AL. I don't know how Boston didn't get a D, but whatever.
The Nats should be looking at how they can get Steven Strasburg off of their hands. Somehow.
Someone
the
said
Nats
the other
did-
day they said, how surprised would you be if he never pitches again? And the one person who was kind of in the know, they're like, I wouldn't be that surprised if he never pitches again,
Mhm.
which would be one of the worst contracts of all time.
Absolutely.
I'm
Yeah,
surprised the
that's-
Orioles
man.
didn't. I'm surprised the Orioles didn't make more moves just because they look like their farm system is loaded, so maybe they're just waiting until their farm system. Maybe they don't want to overextend. Another team I was wanting to talk about, the Chicago White Sox. I had actually picked. I was really high on the White Sox last year, and they didn't. All they brought in this year, they got a D plus. They underachieved. They brought in Benintendi and Mike Clevenger. That's it.
And isn't Clevenger getting
And
investigated?
Clevenger is something with like is it sexual or something? I don't.
Child abuse, maybe.
Oh, geez.
Wow.
Tigers have got a D. It's all the really bad teams. Astros brought in Abreu and got a B. That's all they brought in.
Yeah,
But he's what, a couple years removed from an MVP. So
yes, he is. Reload.
Minnesota Twins, they got an A minus.
Did they
let's
bring
see.
back the guy who didn't?
They got-
They brought him
Contreras,
back,
right?
yeah.
He said, They did.
That's it. So no one got an F. They don't want to give out Fs. Those are hard to come by.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, the Nats, man, they just went the Marlins route, right? Win the championship and we don't care.
Just blow it up.
Yeah, just not even. They got a lot of young players too.
But the thing is that their farm system last year, before all the deals, was like the worst in baseball, and now after all this, it's like it's a top 10 farm.
When the
system.
Nationals won, the Nats.
Yeah, when they were really good, their farm system was awful. They had like a 30th ranked. So now when they've got rid of all these guys like Soto and all these, they've started to retool their farm system, which is kind of the way that they want to. I mean, that's the way to go anyway. I mean,
What did the Padres get?
Padres got a B.
The Padres owner said they win the championship. Basically, what he said.
Yeah,
Like,
they're trying to
it.
buy. They're trying to go out and buy one with that.
He's
That
guaranteeing a championship.
that 1 through what? The 1 through 4, if it's healthy, because you probably would lead off with. I don't know who they're leading off with, but I mean they're loaded.
Yeah,
they've got the best 1 through 4 on paper by far.
Yes, they do. Yes, they do.
So, all right, you want to get into the draft this week? We're gonna do point guards from 2000 to 2009, and I was talking with Brian today, and man, this thing, once it falls off a cliff pretty hard. It's like it's really top heavy at the it's pretty good at the top, and then it's just like then everybody's scraping the barrel.
The dartboard.
Yeah,
the
exactly.
barrel.
So Buttons, you're 4th, right? JB is 1 this time.
Yep.
Me and Joey were trying to predict what JB would do with his pick.
Oh, y'all trying to predict what I would do?
Yeah, we'll tell you if we get it right.
You guys are unpredictable. You guys know. I mean, I could be unpredictable at times. Sometimes you know what I'm gonna do. Sometimes you're like, man, yeah, okay, all right. So let me set this up real quick. Top point guards of the 2000s. Any of those point guards in there win a championship? Probably not. Some of them did, but they weren't the main. None of them were the main players.
Some lower guys.
Billups was the main guy on his squad.
Yeah, was he, or was it Rip Hamilton and Rasheed Wallace?
Yeah.
This was more of the big. This was more of the big shot.
Yeah, that
guy.
was. I would say that was probably one of the more balanced, no superstar championships maybe ever. Like
No
there was really
superstar.
no.
Oh yeah.
Great coach.
Yep.
Great coach.
molder. He was,
Great.
he was
He's a molder.
he was just molding that team.
Amazing coach.
How
And
many pull-outs
amazing
we doing?
molder.
We doing 4 or 5?
What do we normally go?
We
5?
normally go 5, but
We want to really
you,
scrape.
you wanna pull some names out of a hat.
Yeah, we really want to throw some darts this time.
Oh my goodness, man, that's yeah.
And if we're talking darts, and you're gonna bet, go to Joey. He knows the hottest dart games ever.
Joy's gonna. I already know one of the names he's gonna pull out the hat. I already know one of them. All right, let me see. I gotta look at my list real quick. I think I need to write that one name over here. I forgot to add. This guy didn't even play high school basketball, but maybe you'll know who this guy is if I call his name. All right, so go ahead, share the screen, and the thing y'all been waiting for to see the pick that old JB will make. I am not going to go with the 2-time MVP. I'm actually going to go with my namesake, Mr. Jason Kidd.
Yep.
As my first.
Me and Joey called it. I said, oh, he's a kid guy. He'll go Jason Kidd.
Take Nash too, but yeah, ever since Kyrie said that.
Oh, we were arguing today.
That Nash had Kobe's MVPs. I got to go with Kidd on this one.
he should have been sent home. Nash
Immediately.
never let that dude walk into his home. after he disrespected him like that. He should have never let him walk into his home.
Ooh, those are Kobe's MVPs you got in here hanging up.
Gosh, that's an amazing quote. That is an amazing quote. Disrespectful. It is an amazing quote. That is a Kyrie quote, all right.
All right, Joe, you got Nash next.
I have to take him.
You didn't
Well,
take your
I thought you
boy.
were going,
Take your boy.
I'm not gonna go AI.
Just so you know, I do not have AI on my list.
Well,
AI is not a point guard.
See, we were talking about that.
No, he would at the
All
height.
right, well, we'll do
height-
shooting guards.
No, y'all hold on now. At the height of AI, when he was MVP, he does not play point guard.
Well, so
Eric
I mean,
Snow was his point guard.
He never did.
Buttons wants to say something.
Buttons doesn't even go there.
From the 2000 to 2009, you realize that, okay, the job of a point guard is to facilitate, get assists. AI was seventh in assists.
Okay, look, here's my counterpoint. LeBron is fourth all time in assists. Is he a point guard?
He a point guard too.
He's
He's just a point forward.
So I can throw LeBron on here if I wanted to.
All right, so I mean, it's fine with me. Then when, next week when we do shooting guards,
Joey
Iverson.
wants- If y'all want to throw AI on there, I'm okay with it. I'm just saying he's not on my list because he would be on my shooting guard list.
He's
For
on my
me.
shooting guard list too.
All right, so we'll just put him on shooting guard next week.
All right, that's fine.
We do shooting guards. He's next week.
I'll
then.
take him off.
All right, so now I've got. Give me Chauncey Billups then.
Mr. Big Shot. It's his name, Mr. Big Shot.
Mr. Big Shot.
Yes, it is.
This without Iverson, the class just got even a little weaker.
It did.
Buttons brought up a great stat though. That's a great stat.
Yeah,
But
not so
JB
fast.
made a great argument.
This is what they do. This is what point guards do. This is their job. He also was second in scoring too. But
Yeah.
And LeBron is first in scoring all time. So yeah, go ahead.
Right.
All right, Billups, you got Billups, right? All right, I'm taking Chris Paul.
I was going back and forth because how many years did he play in the 2000s?
I believe it was 5 or 6.
I mean, he was crucial all those.
He had a couple of good seasons.
In those short years, he was a 2-time assist leader, the rookie of the year, 2 All-NBA teams, 3 All-Star games, and 2 All-Defensive teams.
Number 1 in steals one year, right?
Crazy. He was nuts. And then I'm going to go with Tony Parker,
Oh,
a Finals MVP.
Mm-hmm.
all right. So now I got another guy. Is he a point guard or a shooting guard? I got Gilbert Arenas.
I'll give you point guard. He clearly played point guard for the Wizards. He was their point guard. Agent Zero was the point guard.
All right, yeah, I'll take Gilbert Arenas there.
That's a good pick.
I think it's Arenas is what it. Yeah, there it is.
He made 3 All-NBA teams, Chris,
Yeah,
too.
I think it was
Yeah, he
13 though, right?
Yeah. He was like second, third or something.
Joey, you're up.
I can't go with
Joey's already struggling.
it is a struggle here because I don't want to take him because he was more 90s. I'm speaking of, you all know who, so I'm going to go Darren Williams.
That's not a bad pick.
Okay.
All right.
I think all these guys are like lumped together.
Yeah,
I will go and take this guy, even though he was the 90s. In the 2000s, he still made all defensive teams. and did some other and won an NBA championship. So go ahead and give me the glove all day, every day.
Okay.
Is that how
My
you were talking
first
about, Joey?
Our first two guys are West. I think my first two guys are from Oakland, I believe. I think Peyton and Kidd are from the Bay Area.
Man, I can remember staying up as a kid, watch Jason Kidd in the NCAA tournament.
Yeah.
When he was at Cal. I was
All
like,
right,
oh
and,
man, he was sweet.
Murdering dude.
And then give me
Yeah, that was against
give
Duke.
me one. I'm gonna go ahead. He probably one of the best pure point guards. But I'm gonna go with my dude who was one of the best pure shooters in the league at this time when he was balling out. Give me the son of the all-time great. Give me Bibby. Give Mike Bibby. I got a Mike Bibby jersey upstairs.
Remember, have you seen Mike Bibby last few years? He's all like jacked.
Yeah,
He's like,
Jack.
he's just like huge.
Coach
Taking
too from some high school.
testosterone. But
Yeah, he's taking that Frank
Oh, no,
Thomas
he's
thing.
jacked. On that, he's on that stuff.
Yeah, she'll love it too.
Yeah, he's on. He ain't on that. He on some other stuff. He
Oh,
ain't
okay,
on, he
not
ain't on that.
eugenic,
Not on that. What's the eugenics? He's not on eugenics.
eugenics.
And Frank
She'll love
Thomas,
it.
like Frank Thomas, like
She'll love it,
she'll
too.
like it too. Frank Thomas sitting there looking like 400 pounds. Frank, you look great. Like, you look like a.
She
you look
loves it. I
giant.
tell you, I promise. She'll love it too.
All right, Joey, who you got?
Bibby's like, what? I'm not taking this, Frank.
I'm gonna take a. I'm gonna take a.
An L.
Yeah.
Just an L. Just put L right there.
I'm
Just a big
going.
old L.
Big old L.
I'm going to go with a great, outstanding UCLA point guard. Give me Baron Davis.
Oh, I was gonna take him.
Yeah.
One of the greatest playoff dunks in NBA history.
Man.
And just pull the shirt up. Be like, look, it is what it is.
Wasn't he in one of was he in one of Adam Sandler's movies?
I don't know if he was, Chris. He probably was. Wouldn't surprise me if Adam Sandler.
Yeah, I'll have to find out. Let me see this guy.
I think he was trying to be a director.
Yeah. Yes, he is.
Man, now we're really getting into some guys.
Yes, we are.
He was in. Baron Davis was in Entourage. Joe Dirt 2, which I never saw. The night before.
Who was the second one?
Yeah, he was.
He was in Jungle Book 2. Yeah, he wasn't in no Adam Sandler movies.
Maybe it was Joe Dirt then that I was thinking of. Which
Joe
is
Dirt
not
too.
all.
Joe Dirt. Oh, Joe Dirt.
You know what? Give me. Oh man, this is really struggling here.
Nah, you guys are missing one of the obvious ones, but go ahead. I think Buttons ain't gonna miss it though. I think Buttons gonna hit the spot. I see him. I see Buttons. I see Buttons right here, ready to suck it up.
Give me. Give me. This guy's just steady. Give me Andre Miller.
Oh, that's a good pick.
He's way down my list, man. It's not a guy.
Is he really?
I mean,
JB.
compared to some of the guys I still have above him, yeah.
JB's like, oh, that's a reach.
Not a reach. He made the list. It's not a reach.
He just,
Right?
I
Andre
just
Miller was
overdrafted.
he's a quality point guard. He was
Yeah,
a
he's more
consummate
steady than
professional.
he is superstar.
Very steady. Didn't make any All NBA teams. No All Star games. You know, he was an assist leader one year though, and he was third all time in this time period in assists.
He's a baller.
I really did want that guy.
Played at Utah and everything. He did for Rick Majerus too, I believe.
Yes, he did. The open.
Yep.
That's how you get the opens.
I'm going to take Stephon Marbury.
Oh, I was actually just,
Yeah.
the old Starberry.
Yeah.
I was just looking at him. I was just looking at
Stephon
him.
Marbury was putting up numbers in China. Numbers.
Yep. Yep. And then I'm going to go with Sam Cassell.
That's a good pick, bud. That's a good pick.
Nick Killer.
That year he played the year he now when he played with his rookie year with the Rockets, big shots. But he played really well in that 1 year, especially with Kevin Durant when they were number one in the West.
Yeah.
You know, they didn't turn to playoff success, but they had a big year that year. Him, Durant, was it Goobs on that team too? Was it Gubiat on that team, or was it Zerbiak on that team? It was Zerbiak probably. They were a team together at one point, Gubiata and Zerbiak. Can you imagine being the announcer?
Right.
Yeah.
Gubiata, Zerbiak. Here's what you got, man.
Give me old Stevie Franchise.
Mm,
A franchise.
he was my next guy, Chris.
Let me tell you
Man,
something.
that guy is
Nasty.
rough looking now though.
Yeah.
Man, did you see when the franchise crossed up Mateen Thieves in the freaking like rookie game or something? Man, put that dude on skates, Joey.
Yes, he
Buttons,
did.
Chris. Did I say skates? I'm talking about had that dude's legs going like this. Skates.
You're JB, did we get the guy you said was on there? Or that guy's still there?
Oh man, I got a couple of guys. I got two guys. My next two guys, I would be like, dang, how I missed those guys.
Hmm.
Unless Joey gets one of them.
Right.
There's one guy is a NBA champion. I got two of them NBA champions. Three of them NBA champions I got on my list.
Yeah, I know one of them.
He's sitting there.
But take them, crown them.
Yeah.
May have JB. Give me I'll take Rondo.
Rondo was way up on my list. Okay, all right, good. All right.
Rondo, the problem is he just didn't play a lot.
Yeah, Rondo. So I had Rondo on my list. He had 4 years in.
Yeah.
But he did make 2 all defensive teams and he was an all-star. So
All right. So
Great free throw shooter.
I'm gonna just go ahead and now I could take Derek Fisher, who was a consummate all NBA guy, big shot maker. But
He was no all NBA guy, JB.
huh?
He was no all NBA
No,
guy.
I didn't. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to say he was an all NBA guy. I'm saying he was a consummate pro.
Okay.
Big shot maker. I know he wasn't all NBA. That's what I meant. I know he wasn't no all-star, but he played on playing championship teams. We're not gonna take him. I am going to
Old
go.
rings. Oh.
I'm going to go with my man, the Jet. I'm gonna go with Jason Terry, the Jet, baby.
Another Jason.
That's right.
I like that one. I like that pick.
And we'll finish with probably one of the most exciting dudes ever to handle the ball in the NBA.
Wait,
My
another
man.
Jason?
That's right. White chocolate. Jason Williams.
Oh, boy. That's a good pick.
White cocoa, baby.
That's a good.
Coco.
White cocoa.
I was gonna take him.
Give me white cocoa all day. Now that one guy I was talking about that didn't play high school basketball. I'll tell y'all when I'm done. But I didn't need to take him because y'all left the board open too well for me. I got the Jason dynasty here, baby.
Yes, you do.
3 Jasons running the point, all fighting over the point.
Look, hold on. And I got 4 of my guys played college basketball in the Pac-12 as well.
Conference of
Wow.
Except for my man, White Chocolate, who played in the SEC. Kid played Kid played for California. Peyton played for Oregon State. Baby and Terry both played for Arizona.
Uh-huh.
And what do you say, Bill? What did I want to say, Joey?
Conference
The
of Champions.
Champions.
Oh, throw it down.
Throw it down, big man.
All right, Joey, what
Man,
you
you
got,
don't.
man?
Oh boy. There is a dude that I'm eyeing.
eyeing them. She had your list ready already.
I'm going to take Mo Williams.
Mm.
He's on my paper.
He was on
It's
my
a guy. It's a guy you missing, man. You missing a guy.
I
Joey.
was picking somebody else who was a
Missing them, Joey. You missing
great,
him. You missing
great
him.
college player. A great college player.
You missing a guy, Joey. All right, Chris, who you got, man?
Great college player. I almost took him.
That's what the amount of virus is so low.
I'll take.
Just gonna forget Derek Fisher, huh? It's after he got beat up. Y'all don't like him no more.
No, cannot have that. You don't have Matt Barnes drive an hour to your house to give you.
I'll take Devin Harris.
Oh, he's on my list. Oh, Devin Harris.
Oh, okay. All right.
He's another guy. I got a lot of just guys. Just no one cares about. That's my squad.
And then-
Every one of my guys, other than probably Billups, Arenas, the last Miller and Devin Harris could almost interchangeable.
Yeah,
They could
Franchise-
walk in. I'd be like, which one are you?
The franchise is
Harris or
on this.
Miller?
I think Devin Harris was a little more athletic than Andre Miller.
Yeah, but
Miller was definitely a better pure point guard.
if they walk by you, you'd be like, which one? Which one are you? Are you Miller or are you Harris?
At the last pick, Buttons.
All right.
Was he
Joey
chasing
took
rings?
my last three on my list were Mo Williams, Cassell, and Devin Harris, and they're gone.
Yep. Well,
I still got
he might be
three
ring
guys
chasing.
on my list. Nobody's taken yet.
He might be ring chasing like Gary Payton here.
yeah, he's next on my list. I did have a guy that I kind of liked who is a good facilitator, but he's just not as good as this guy. I've got to take Derek Fisher.
Oh, ring chasing. Chasing rings.
Yes, rings, baby, rings.
I almost took Jameer Nelson. I almost.
I had
He was
oh,
on
that,
there.
yep. The only guys I have on my list nobody took. I had Jameer Nelson and I had Jamal Tinsley.
That was my guy, JB. JB, that was my next guy. I was like, Tinsley, God, what? He had so many assists. You know?
Yes, yes. He played on many of my fantasy teams.
Iowa State upset Hampton Pirates. He was on. That
He was
team.
on JB's fantasy team on Monday, dropped Tuesday, and then on Thursday,
Dude,
dropped Friday.
He was
Yeah.
he was one of those guys that never got dropped. Joe, but you know how it works. You gotta have your core, and then you gotta have your throwaway guys who are always irreplaceable.
That's right.
True.
That's right. Yep.
No, hey, Buds, it's a tried and true proven strategy.
That is true.
You can pull up my profile for fantasy basketball Buttons. Who else in our league is a diamond except for me?
That's true.
True. True.
Do not challenge this guy.
We got some golds. We don't
We
got
got
many.
some golds.
We
Hey,
don't
Chris
got
and
many
Joey,
diamonds.
Joey are rocking that platinum,
Is
but
he
they
a
ain't
plat-
rocking
is
them
he a
diamonds,
platinum?
baby.
Is he a platinum?
Joey and Chris are platinum, but they ain't rocking them diamonds.
I don't win. I don't
Hey,
win
look,
big enough.
They're not
yet.
sitting here like this. But they're not sitting like this, Buttons. They're not doing that.
Yeah.
They're like this.
you
Yeah,
you got
Let me
dimes.
get in that
You got
diamond
dimes.
puzzle.
They're looking for 8s and 9s. You got dimes.
Yeah,
Tell
I'm,
you, tell you. It's
actually, I'm looking for sevens. Isn't it?
You know, they
I'm strictly fine with them sevens.
seven.
I can handle me a 7. I'm good to go.
Absolutely.
7-6. Just get me in the party.
7-6. That's your,
That's me. I'm just giving me a 7. Just give me a 7. That's all I need.
Hmm.
I'll never be platinum because I don't win big enough. Like I always just squeak by.
Got to get in that platinum club. You are in that platinum club, Chris.
What?
platinum.
You're platinum.
I said
Oh
Chris
yeah,
and
I'm
Joey are
platinum. I'm just not diamond.
Yeah.
Not diamond, baby.
I don't
Diamond.
have enough.
Now you
Diamond.
got, what's the guy? Who get a diamond cutter? Was it Ted DiBiase?
Oh,
DDP,
Diamond
Diamond
Dallas
Dallas
Page.
Oh, yeah, the diamond cutter. That's right.
I'm in Dallas phase.
Joey, could that one? Which one? Could that be done anywhere on at any moment?
From any angle,
That's what
I'm in Dallas phase. At Iron Mike Tanay.
Remember that Buttons? He'd always say from any angle.
For me.
He
Hey,
can
did
do
y'all
it
s-
from.
Oh, I forgot y'all not on Twitter, so I tweeted out something about this guy doing some move with an old lady, and Butts was like, "Yeah, perfectly executed." What was I had Butts?
It was the Olympic slam on Mae Young.
Oh, geez.
By Kurt Angle, right?
Yeah, Kurt Angle.
Butts
Oh.
like it's perfectly executed. Nothing wrong with that. On
Yes.
the old lady.
But which one was better, the Olympic slam on Mae Young, or when Bubba Ray put Mae Young through the tape
Ooh, that was something.
with a broken?
That was with the neck brace. And I heard, and I think it might have been on that Twitter thing that JB shared, but backstage, Mae Young was talking to Kurt Angle, and she was like, "You better lay it in on me.
Yeah, it was on there. It was.
You
on
better
there.
lay it in on me good."
He wanted the real deal.
Or he
He did
did.
not hold back.
Didn't.
Not at
That's
all.
a professional right there.
Yep.
All right, it's about that time. It's time for those. It's hold on. Let me make sure. Hold on one second. Hold on one second. Let me get this right here. Let me
You better
this
get some.
right.
You better get them sound effects ready.
Oh, I got them ready, baby.
Come
I got this
on, man. How did
ready.
why is
Yeah,
Sochan not playing?
Good question.
Oh, we know what that sound means. Speaking of $1 Million Man Ted DiBiase,
Let's go.
That's cash. Those checks, baby. It's check, cash, and time.
That's what it's about.
Time.
That's what it's about. Just stacking. Just stacking.
Joey's been killing it. He's made $5 on his picks.
$5 buttons.
That's massive money for Joey.
$5.
What did I make last week? Over 100, probably.
That's Joey's.
Off of me.
Joey's
Up of Joey's back.
There-
Joey does not get high on his own supply. Let's say that.
Off,
Right.
off of Joey's coattail. Just like
There,
we wrap it up.
there we go.
Exactly. Yep.
There we go.
All he needed was that pep talk from JB just ripping into him about you're not good enough.
Hey, every once in a while. Listen, that's why I'm a good coach.
Hey, you gotta light
I know how
that
to push
fire.
those buttons.
After I finally found out how I'm supposed to be doing it, I've been all right.
Just laid into him.
I made
I
did.
what did I make? I made 5. I
You
made
just-
5 the other night on Team Giannis plus
Nice.
3.5. And then I bet all Joey's bets last week. That's what I had.
Freaking OKC lost.
They
They
sure
still covered though.
marketing gave him 40.
There you go.
Mm.
Mark-
They covered, so I'm good. But dang it.
Next cash right there.
They were up by like 16.
All right, let's see what we got going on. Let me
All
pull up. Buns, you realize Joey, out of his last 4 out of his 5 last picks, Buttons,
Hey,
have hit.
hey,
Ooh.
Look at that fire right there. Look at
Hot fire.
hey.
that. Woo! Yes. What we got this week, young Joey? What we got for our lock
The
picks?
lock.
Tell me what we got? What's our locks?
Okay. The lock.
You know it's gonna involve Knicks. One of them is.
Oh, jeez.
We got us. We're going all college basketball here.
Oh, okay.
Ooh.
Hold on.
Let 'em get your money ready.
Get your money.
Get on my back. Come on. Here we go. Three-legger plus 156.
Oh, Buns, you like that? He's like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
It's like that's a
Here we
little
go.
low, but okay. I heard it in your voice, Buns. I heard you like.
We got St. Peter's going to Canisius. I'm going the spread, Canisius minus 5.5.
Canisius
Oh,
minus
you
5.5.
you went St. Peter's last week. Now you're off of them, right?
I'm off. I'm
Canisius minus 5.
I'm
I
going.
didn't spell it right, but I'll figure it out. There it is.
Jay,
All right, what's next?
I'm going back to that money line where I'm comfortable.
Money line,
Mr. Moneyline, that's where he lives.
Yes.
I will
Mr.
take
Money.
FDC, also known as Florida Gulf Coast, on the line. And then I'll go to the money line, Coastal Carolina, I believe, in Alabama at Troy on the money line. Again, grand total plus 156.
Okay.
I like Bud's reaction, like, man.
Florida. All right.
Yeah, we have Florida Gulf Coast, University money line, and who else? What's your third one?
My third one is,
Coastal, you said?
hold on,
Coastal Carolina.
Coastal, yes. No, Troy.
Oh, Troy over Coastal.
So Troy on the money line. Okay.
Okay.
Troy money line.
All right. Okay. I might find a little juice to add to that myself, but I got you.
JB wants to juice it.
I do. I always see. I like that little juice in Joey's every once in a while, you know. But he's hot though. We on the street. We on the heater.
Yeah, you got to ride that heat.
Gotta ride that heat, baby.
But you really like Canisius by 5.5.
Yes, I do, Buttons. Yes, I do, Buttons.
Okay.
Can you get that? Let me see. Can you not get that anywhere else? You got to get it at 5.5.
Don't question it, bud. Joey's telling you right now, do not question the process.
All right.
Just
All right.
ride the wave.
Yep.
He's hot.
Yep.
Feeling it.
I am hot. Right now.
He's Mr. Moneyline. Mr. Moneyline. All right. So what's the big one, Joy? What's the parlay? And what's the odds? We had a plus what? 2,000
Okay.
plus 3,000. Where we at?
We're at plus 1237.
All right.
Take that.
Yep.
Buzz like that. Buzz like, yep.
I like that. I like that a whole lot more than plus 2,000.
1237.
Matter of fact, I'm thinking I'm going to put $1 on this.
Oh.
I will be going back and muting that part of the show and adding like $100 on your board. We'll do a voiceover on that.
100.
Hey, you knowing back in the day, remember the voiceover when you were playing golf?
Oh, I was like, didn't it just make a fart noise?
What just happened? It's like, you mean to do that?
All right.
Classic.
5-legger.
That's CJ Square right there.
5-legger.
I'm actually going to, is it okay if I go back to that Canisius
Man,
bet?
man, do what you got to do, young buck. Hold on.
You going back to that Canisius one? We're gonna bet it twice.
I'm going back to
Buttons. Stop for a second. I want you to listen.
Oh,
Thank
Go
you.
ahead, Joey. Give us tell us what we got.
Give me Canisius on the spread.
Oh Lord. So -5 again?
Matter of fact, after I did this, and when I did it the second time, it went down to -4.5.
You can get it at 4.5.
Yeah.
I was gonna say,
Okay. All right, let me do that. Let me look. 4.5.
now it looks like it's off the board.
It'll come back.
And what exactly does that mean, Chris?
Just meaning right now they don't even have that.
They don't like you. They don't like you betting it.
I
They
know
don't
them.
like you touching that game.
They think I know something.
You're Mr. Moneyline.
You better know something because Canisius has won 7 games this year. 7.
About to be
Yeah,
eight.
but Joey, they know
But
it's the opposite. If you bet it, normally it would go like if you were to bet it at 5 and you were really good, they
Yeah.
would bump it to 5.5.
Oh,
They're
oh,
actually saying we don't respect you at all.
they sure do.
We're gonna because you're on it, they're gonna go the other way.
They sure do.
we'll give you more so you can bet more.
Yeah, they're like, oh no, he really loves it at 5.
Exactly.
Now we're gonna take it down to 4 and see if he really bets it.
All right. Go
So
ahead.
yeah,
Go ahead, Joey.
on FanDuel it's at -4.5 right now.
Okay.
Jump
Okay.
all over that.
All right, that's
what-
good. That's good.
Pinnacle has it at 4.5. So
All right.
Let me give y'all some of this NBA action because there's no way the Knicks with the hottest point guard in the entire league are going to come to Washington and not leave with a dub. Knicks money line.
It goes against
Last
everything.
time,
It goes against
last
everything I
time-
believe in this week.
the last time Jalen Brunson went to that stadium, he gave them work. He's
All
going
right, let's go. What's the next one?
that's
Again.
the one we saw in person.
Knicks
Yes,
money
it
line.
is. Let's go back to another money line. Let's go Louisiana Monroe on the money line. Arkansas State is coming to visit them. I'll take ULN money line. Go back to the NBA. Cleveland into Atlanta. Give me Cleveland on the money line.
Okay.
My last money line bets. I almost hit a 7-legger a couple of weeks ago with Air Force. Now I'm very upset with them, so I'm going against them. Give me
So
Air-
we're betting now on our feelings.
we are JB.
Hold
Hold
Yeah,
on,
he
so let
does.
me remind myself real quick. Hold on. I gotta remind myself who I'm talking to.
Yeah. See that all that fire right there on the left of the screen?
Ah, okay.
Just
All right,
remember
so
that.
we got
I don't need Tark on the bench chewing on his towel. I don't need Grandmama coming through the locker room. I don't need JB Hunt. I
That's
hold
what
on,
he
so
does.
let me
Casey Augment. Give me UNLV money line.
That I love that pick, by the way.
Thank you, buddies.
Yep.
so we
Buddy,
got
which one are you nervous of? This
Reese's
Canadian?
-4, Knicks on the money line.
You nervous of Canisius
Yeah.
Buttons and Knicks?
I'm a little hesitant on the Knicks, but I'll make it work.
Well, when you're at 1,200, you're gonna be nervous of something.
Canisius does scare me, but
Who they playing? Ryder?
No, that's St. Peter's.
St. Peter's.
Oh, Joey. Oh, that from the okay. Did we
Joey
what's-
bet St. Peter's a couple weeks ago.
I did. By the way, I have another 4-legger going. It's half of it is almost there, plus 11-14. I got San Francisco. I took -6.5. Portland is there.
This one tonight?
That's on now.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Oh,
What you put on it? We put a nickel on it.
I put $1 on it, JB.
Oh.
Ooh. Ooh.
Hey,
I also bet.
this is a heat check.
I also bet Gonzaga
Hmm.
-22.5.
Oh, he loves those big lines.
Yeah, he does.
I took them, and if they hit tomorrow, give me my spread and Cleveland spread, and I'll win $12.
Uh-oh. Gonzaga's up by 33 right now, Joey.
Right. Yes, they are.
I took the over on Gonzaga. That's not looking good.
Okay.
Hmm.
I took the over on the Lakers. That's also horrible. But I also took the Lakers -4.5.
Okay. Oh yeah.
That's easy cover.
You know, Golden State can't win on the freaking road. That's a great bet, Chris. Golden State. I'm taking whoever they're going to visit. I'm taking that home team. Golden State cannot win on the road.
I had a 6-legger going tonight. Boston money line. It's a Mr. Money Line special.
There we
Boston money line, Magic money line, Sixers money line, Mavs money line, Lakers money line, Kings money line. Cha-ching! Give me that money, baby.
The 6-legger.
Give me my money.
Give me my money today. Okay. I want my money today. Okay.
Wow, the Lakers are absolutely crushing them.
Yeah, I got them at -4.5.
Jeez.
But I also took the over, which is clearly not happening. It was like 230 something.
Look at this. This score is looking kind of crazy. I'm trying to think why these fools already paid me and the game's not even over yet. Hold on, let me see what's going on here, baby.
You already got paid?
Yeah, I don't know what's going on. Hold on, let me see.
Huh.
It says yeah. Oh snap! I guess it's I don't know. Every once in a while I saw this thing. I got this email from Action Network. Signed up for this new one called Bet 365,
Hmm.
and you bet and you get $200 for free bets. Trust me, I bet big on Saturday and lost. Remember I told you how the Butler ruined my whole weekend. Had a big bet on them on a 5-legger, and Butler ended up losing to Georgetown. So, but yeah, so it's all good. Let me see. Look at my account. Just make sure. All right. Okay. Yeah, we still looking. We straight. All right, there we go. We got them parlay picks in for Joey for the weekend. Of course, as we always do, we're gonna make that bet. Oh, maybe the game ended. Yeah, the game did end. I'm still looking at the old stats. Yeah, Sacramento did put the beat down on them. I'm good. And then Lakers up what 18 with 3 minutes left. They ain't gonna come
Man,
back.
nobody even killed it for the Lakers. LeBron played 26 minutes
Wow.
and scored 13. He went 13, 9, and 8.
There's a
Anthony Davis
Bamba
went
signing.
12, 12, and 1.
There
Malik
is a
Beasley,
Malik Beasley went off.
Beasley had 25.
Mm-hmm.
Mo Bamba signing.
Oh,
Bamba.
Mo Bamba.
Mo Bamba.
Hey, bro. So what? We got our hot takes in, we got our point guards in. It should be good. Make sure y'all make y'all college picks for this week. Buttons. I know if you was watching earlier and Joey may not have been on. What we're gonna do, we're still gonna have our college picks for next week, but to add a little spice to it, we are going to see can we predict the winners of the conferences that don't get automatic bids.
Oh,
That, right? I'm gonna send you. We're gonna either come on the show next week and do it, and then I guess if somebody is, and then for the next week we'll just fill them in. But yeah, like all out, I think we did a list of them that we started a list. See where I got my list at. We got a list like the eight Sun, the Big Sky, Big South, Colonial, Horizon. We're just gonna say, hey, look at who you think's gonna win. Gonna go to NCAA because that person's going to get an automatic bid from their conference championship. Not an at-large bid. They ain't good enough.
I
So,
wonder if VCU gets
nice
an
to
at-large.
like that.
I think that I got some more. It looks like since we started the show, I had 7 more people enter the pool. So that's gonna bring our number up to right now to about 28, maybe 29. So, it could be, somebody could be getting a little taste of something.
Hmm.
I see people somebody just posted one just now. After 12 o'clock. Who was this? That'd be Joey.
I think
May not know the rules.
VCU should get in, Chris. I think so.
Yeah, they had them at a like a
Joey sneaking
11,
one
12
in.
range.
Yeah.
So if they don't,
I see.
they're number 1 in the A10 anyway.
Hmm.
But if they don't, how many is Virginia Tech? How are they? I saw they're up and down, right?
I think Tech's going to make it.
You think so?
I think they are.
Joey, you did not post one for yourself.
Yes, I did.
Oh, I see it. It's scared money.
Scared money, JP. That's me.
That's definitely you, my friend. You are scared money.
Buttons, excuse me. I take that back. Tech's not going to make it.
Yeah, I don't think so.
Yes. Yeah. They're 6 and 11 in the freaking conference. I know that they beat UVA a few weeks back.
Yep.
Buttons, I don't think our owners are going to make it. I think them coming to the ACC was the worst move they could have made.
We might get an NIT home game.
Yeah.
There you go. They'll take it.
Yeah.
I will not take it. I would not. I do not want to see.
We're just not that good. I mean, it's one of those years. We're not good.
Not getting good players, and every time you get a good player, he jumps to the NBA for some reason.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or
I mean,
we got that one kid at point guard. He going somewhere else. He's like, "Nah, I ain't coming there. I'm going to a different team. I don't want to." I remember Baisley, he committed there and went to he joined the league, and of course he ain't doing crap. All our good players and freshmen, they have a good year and join the league and don't do crap. Remember Malachi jump ship,
yeah,
and where he at right now? Where's Malachi Richardson at right now?
yeah, exactly.
No.
Can we bring Johnny Flynn back? I was a huge
Johnny Flynn got drafted above Stephen Curry.
Oh my gosh.
love Johnny.
Yeah, that's probably one of the biggest misses in NBA history.
Yeah. Yes, it
Who?
was.
I think Johnny Flynn was taken before Steph Curry.
Oh, he
Johnny
went number
Flynn
what,
had
5
that
or
kind
6?
of he had that magical run and then just vaulted up everybody's board.
Yeah.
Did he
Yes.
go like 5 or 6, something like that? To the
He went high,
Timberwolves?
he went high.
Timberwolves, yeah.
He went high, yeah.
Timberwolves.
Yep.
Yeah, I don't even know. I wonder how many years he even played in the league.
Not a lot.
If you are, may I ask y'all a serious question? If you are Scottie Pippen's son, would you be mad that the guy on your team dated your mom?
Woo.
Oh, what?
It's questionable. That is very interesting.
Like Beasley, they did his mother.
Yes, he did.
Really?
Yes, he did. But
That's not made up, but that's real life.
I didn't
but
hear
he
about
was
that.
he was dating Larsa Pippen while he was married.
What?
Yeah, that was like a whole thing.
Had a kid. Very interesting.
With Malik Beasley,
Yes, Malik Beasley.
and they had a kid.
Malik Beasley had a kid with his wife, and then about a year later was dating Larsa Pippen,
Wow.
who is now dating Michael Jordan's son.
Wow, she really gets around.
Boy, she wild, boy.
But-
She out, boy, yeah.
Jeez.
Woo! Man, that's what you call messy.
Mm.
Oh,
think-
yeah.
I wonder if Michael had anything to do with setting them up to get back at Scotty for
Oh, come on, Joey. Don't
Oh, wow.
even- really.
You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna sit little Jordan on.
no, you don't open your mouth around me.
Let me give her that young buck.
Yeah,
Don't you know that I gave you 6 championships?
this is how you repay me. That's it.
He put the dogs.
Sick.
Yeah.
Dog. Absolutely.
I'm gonna take this young stud.
MJ,
Oh my gosh.
MJ don't mess around.
This young bull here, and then he just comes flying out.
Oh goodness,
She better not be wearing red.
that is messy. Oh, that is messy. Look down the bench and you
How
see
old is Scottie Pippen's mom?
Skype, Sky Pippen's ex-wife.
No, it's the
Oh.
wife.
It's the wife, I mean, the wife,
The
yeah.
mom's like,
Yeah,
oh,
yeah.
What's she
Right,
got?
your mom?
Jordan's son's like over at the mom's. He's like, no, that's
What?
the wrong. That's the wrong Pippin.
Right, the wrong Pippen.
She's 40.
Where are you?
She's 48. And when I pulled it up, it showed also search for Marcus Jordan's son, who is
Oh.
32.
Okay.
Jordan calls his son up. He's like, "Where are you?" He's like, "I'm in Pippin's bed. I'm in Miss Pippin's bed." That's the wrong Pippin. You're with the mom.
He didn't say. He calls Marcus. He didn't say his dad. Say, hey, it's MJ.
Hey, it's MJ.
MJ.
Hey, it's MJ. Where you at? Oh, right now I'm in bed with Miss Pippin.
Hey, Dad.
Oh. Speaking of MJ, take that mask off.
Right there,
Oh,
but
right there. Old Pennywise.
He's He's Joey is he's a fun guy.
Give me
Pennywise.
nightmares.
Fun guy.
Yeah.
He's like Kawhi.
But
All right,
like,
there you go.
like
I got everything
I'm not a
in.
fan.
We going. I got to put my dad's stuff. I think we're gonna have like you're gonna have 28 altogether. So we're good.
Wow.
Is it what, winner take all or percentage? Oh, geez.
We'll take all, baby.
Ooh, wow.
Yeah, gotta be, yeah, winner take all, man.
okay.
Mhm.
I'm never good at these, so I don't really get
I
too.
saw Corey got. I saw Corey got in there.
Corey got in. Okay.
CB the goat's in there. CB called himself the goat.
To go.
He's like, can I go in later and change the picks after they happen?
Yeah, that sounds like
He's like,
that's,
is that
that's
legal in this?
that's a CB special.
Mhm.
Maybe.
Yeah, he's like, are you how closely are you checking this?
Really
Hey,
close.
Can we gotta do, could we make this a college football pick'em? CJ Square college football pick. I think we can get some action on that.
You in charge of it.
I don't want to be in charge.
Why not?
Do not want in charge of it.
You want him in charge of that?
That's what
No,
Jay.
no, I don't. I mean, I'm just saying, I don't want to. I mean, look, I don't like Button said about me. JB's about that action. I'm about that action. So
Yes,
I'm
you are.
about that action. I'm not out here throwing hundreds of dollars, but I throw some 10s and 20s out there
Yep,
on a
yep.
regular basis.
Mhm.
Sometimes, and
But
Joey's throws some dimes.
that's
you want
all.
to do. You want to do something. You want to do a college football pick 'em. I mean, you might as well do an NFL pick 'em. But I'm just saying, it's just
Which
you
one's
know,
better?
the thing is, here's the thing. In our small group and community of people that we know,
Yeah.
it ain't about that life most of the time.
Mm.
And when you flood them with too much stuff, they start to get a little nervous.
Yeah.
That's true.
They start counting bread and
Yeah.
not bread, money bread, but like bread up in their kitchen. How much bread I got for the next week? I guess I don't know. like my dad always saying, I ain't hungry though.
You can't bombard him with too much.
I know, right? So
Less is more.
Yeah.
that's why like okay, NBA picks. I threw that in because everybody, the one thing everybody loves is the NCAA tournament. They love that. So like last year, I had 58 people on there, and hopefully I'm trying to get more this year on that one. Right? He had 58 people. Not everybody had 2 entries, so most everybody had 1. Still had 58 people. So, but and I think the most on here last year is 1 week but they had like 50 on there, so it may get higher. My dad always said after that first week, people want to get on there, but we'll see.
Uh-huh.
Okay. I mean, we in the college picks, the NBA picks. I mean, like I said, if you want to like to do that, I was doing that at my school. I was doing it every week with some guy. I never met the guy, but got a link and said, hey, you want to join $50 every winner every week every week you win. You can win 50 and then some other stuff happens. I won 1 week, made my money back.
Yeah.
But I reached out to him about doing this. I didn't even get an answer from the guy. So next year when he emails me about doing his, I'm like, no, I ain't doing crap. Forget you. You didn't even answer my emails. I ain't putting no money into your crap.
You don't even know him?
No, I mean, I didn't know him because the guy at my job, Mr. Tyson, said, hey, there's a guy who's doing this in the county. So I said, okay, I'm down for that. Put my little money in and see what happens. But this dude, I sent him an email about like joining this and the tournament crickets. I'm like, guess what? You're getting the same energy next year. Don't email me about nothing.
Yeah.
I ain't missing out. You know what I'm saying? That's how I look at it. Some people need, Joey, you did that. You do yourself. Like you just like CB. CB never want to do nothing. He'll never want to be in charge of nothing. And his reason why is he never want nobody like to criticize him or comment or say. I don't care.
I don't mind being criticized. I don't run.
You don't run stuff.
He doesn't run it. He doesn't run it.
We be running a betting league. Anybody running no betting leagues? I'm making up stuff. Not a betting league.
That.
It's like this is almost like a neighborhood or school pool. That's all.
Yeah.
Yes, we just extended it to some people that are not in our direct reach or neighborhoods or whatever. That's all that is.
Who runs the baseball league?
Chris runs it. Or
No, I don't do.
somebody
I
else
don't
runs
do. I don't do the
Oh,
baseball one.
all right.
Guy that we've known me and Joey have known for a while.
Okay.
It's,
All right.
Is he going to invite me back?
Absolutely, JB.
Okay, I want to make sure.
You're in forever.
Okay, I want to make sure, man.
once you get the banner, you're good.
Yeah, I don't feel some kind of way. Well, I probably won't have the last pick because Chris is not setting to run this league. Because Chris will make sure about when I win, I will get the last pick every time.
Get to the back. I don't know
Get
how
to the
Frankie-
back of the line.
It's guaranteed I will get that last pick in the first round.
I'm definitely gonna be spending more time this year. I cannot let JB win.
Oh man.
No, I'm gonna be putting in work this year. Now that I'm a single guy, I got more time on my hands, so I can really put in some work now. And I got some time during the day, so I'll be like, I am not letting this guy. Even in basketball, I'm like, I'm finishing in the top higher end. I usually squeak in. This year, I'm like, I'm actually finishing higher up.
You missed the playoffs last year?
Yeah, remember my team was.
See, that's something. Let me tell you something, Chris. I can just tell you this right now. That's something JB don't do.
Well,
Okay.
I already
Okay,
know.
hold on. I'm gonna get my violin for you because I don't want to hear it.
Well, no, I know my teams are. I risk guys like Anthony Davis. I risk those picks.
Oh,
They're high ceiling, low floor guys. So I know I'm going to have those years that those guys, it's not going to work. Plus, I don't win.
Anthony Davis.
I don't win by enough to give me enough wiggle room to, if I'm just squeaking by every week, I don't win enough to.
Right here, you are living the 7-6 life. That's some shit right there.
Yeah. So I know that, I know
Let me just squeak
my
by.
margins for error are so small. If it doesn't work out, then I'm done. So I know that, but that's just the style I picked to.
Yeah, Joey is he's like the, I don't know, maybe the Dallas Cowboys. Who was a team that goes to the playoffs every year but don't do crap in the NBA? This is what Joey does. Joey's always there hovering around.
Always in the mix.
He's always hovering around 2, 3, or 4. He already knows when the season starts. He knows he's not finishing 1 because he's in my division. He already knows. He's like, you know what? I understand. I just need to make the playoffs because I know
Joey, you won one once, right?
This league, I've won more than a few times.
Yeah, but it doesn't count because I was never in the league at the time when you won. Let's just be clear. When you won those championships, I was not in the league. The only person championships I count is Chris's. Because he's won them, and he's won 2 when I've been in this league. And you ain't won none since I've been in here.
Yeah, 2, but then I'll miss the playoffs the year after. On the Nats. I just
So Joey,
it
when
down.
you get that ring and you can look at me and say, JB,
It's
I
coming.
got you. It's coming.
Coming.
But you tell me all the time, be
Coming.
careful, JB. Be careful.
It's coming.
Be careful, JB. I love you tell me that. It's like, I'm gonna be real careful.
It's on its way.
On its way, are you calling it this year? Are you calling it Babe Ruth?
I've got a great shot.
Calling his shot.
I've got a great shot.
Okay.
I've got a decent team.
franchise. What's your franchise squad? Which one are you best at as far as baseball, football, basketball?
I would probably rank football as first. I do pretty well in football every year. Well, I would probably I'd probably rank myself baseball second.
Yeah, he got it. Franchise platinum in football.
Third, yeah,
Baseball, he's silver.
yeah,
Basketball, he's a gold.
gold in basketball, but still, I mean, if I know when the draft is and I can actually draft
Oh,
in baseball, I do better. But
You always, I remember you always took pictures super late.
pitchers are a dime a dozen, Chris.
That was your style.
All offense, all the time, baby.
You were never taking like your Kershaw or Verlander.
You can't chase dingers on free agency.
You can't.
Yeah, but the problem with the Frankie's league is they got like 50 categories. So
Yeah,
it's
that's
like-
that. You know what? That is a major problem, and I'm going to do major research on those categories. Trust me.
So
This-
you like there's like so there's some where it's like it's almost cancel each other out.
Yep.
Or they're just like if you're good at one, like if you're good at home runs, then you're good at on base. Like you know what I mean? Like you're good in
Yeah.
like there's
Yeah.
like a bunch that it's like you're good in like 4 categories because of like a couple guys.
Yep.
Trial and error, man. Trial and error. You got to be able to pounce on people. Remember last year, somebody dropped Danby Swanson.
Sure did.
Oh my gosh.
And I also had a guy who led the league. I had the 2 guys who led the league in steals on my team.
Wow.
That's sitting on it.
And I dropped Strider and still had a good pitching staff.
Mhm.
I should never dropped him.
Yeah, your pitching staff was loaded.
Yes, it was.
Man, so fantasy football, I'm a diamond. Baseball after 1 year, I'm gold already. 1 year baseball, gold.
1 year gold.
Mr. Fantasy JB.
Mr. Fancy, baby. Basketball. Ever since 2018, I've been on a rise. Yeah, 2018 was the sleep year.
Yeah. JB going like this in fantasy basketball.
Yeah, it's just boom. JB, you think basketball is your best?
Yeah, because of the rules, definitely.
Yeah.
Because of my mentality, definitely.
Well, you can do that in baseball too.
Yeah, but I didn't do it as much in baseball. I only did it. I had some added drops because I know Buttons complained about it at one point in the season.
It's harder in baseball to do because you can't, you could do it with
Well, because
people.
guys play every day too, so you don't have as
Yeah.
much of the fluctuation. The only way you really do it would be probably if you're doing like righty lefty, that sort of stuff.
You're gonna
But
eat.
then that gets really
you're
into
gonna eat up your ERA.
Yeah,
Your
I was
ERA 's gonna
mainly
explode.
honestly.
yeah, you're really getting into
Yeah.
I mean, at one point, like at first, I was just trying to get my feet wet, see, how I was going, because like the beginning of the season, I was like 500, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then with some moves, like some many drops, I picked up Swanson, pitching staff got healthy. Yeah, I picked up another, like I had like 2 of the top relievers, and just everything started falling in place. Then I had a lot of Braves too. Braves were winning, so that was good too, right?
well,
Oh,
you had a
you know
pitching
what
staff that was
One
gonna
of the
keep
biggest
you
things that helped me though is that I was on Twitter and saw that the Braves were bringing up Michael Harris.
Yeah.
And I went out there and picked him up before he was even on the team.
He was
I
in
was on my team. Said what?
NA. He picks him up. NA.
I picked him up. So I was like, okay, why are the Braves bringing this guy up? Should be decent. And what did he do?
Oh, he's real good. Yep,
Yes.
killed it.
Yes,
So,
he is.
Like
your
anything,
pitching staff was gonna keep you. You had Verlander and someone
I
else.
had them all, Chris.
You had
Verlander.
Freed. You had
I had 'em
Freed.
all. I had Freed, I had Verlander, I had Cole,
Jeez.
and I had the other guy from New York who was like had a
What's the dude, Joe, with the mustache?
yeah.
Nestor.
Yeah,
Then,
Cortez.
then I had the guy reliever from the Braves, and I had another reliever that was a top reliever for somebody else.
I mean, what I was throwing at you was just junk in in the playoffs. Oh my god, I was throwing. It was horrible. Like I was just trying to find anyone that was like. I was really trying to find edges on like any little thing because my pitching staff was horrible.
Any
Our
category.
My worst position was catcher. I couldn't find a decent catcher the entire year.
You know what, JB? That's a problem for all of us.
Yeah, that's what I thought because I started seeing that because you picked up the guy I dropped and he just got hurt.
Yeah, I
Stevenson.
mean, really,
Yeah,
you
see,
think
I like
about this,
that kid.
probably
I like that
only
kid a lot, and he's good, but he don't stay healthy. So
well, like last year, I overdrafted Salvador Perez just for that reason because he was going into the year so much better as a fantasy catcher than everybody else, but like position scarcity, and he ended up not even being that good. So
Yeah.
it killed it because that was like a couple years ago. Remember Chase Utley when he was a second baseman was like he was so much better than every other fantasy second baseman.
it gives
You
you a
could
big
take him
edge.
earlier just
Big edge.
based on
It's kind of like Travis Kelce.
yeah, exactly. Like
Yep,
it's like
yep.
him and then everybody else.
Yep.
Baseball will have more of that than
It's
that's why
hard.
like
Catchers though, I usually JB, I'll hold on catchers for sure.
Oh yeah.
I will.
it's
Until-
either you either have to get the top guys,
Yep.
like the top 2 or 3, or you might as well just get a guy at the end of the draft because they're all about the same at that point.
Yep.
You know, I mean, at least baseball, there's a lot of different philosophies. That's the sport where you can have a lot more strategies in baseball to try to win, especially because we play so many categories. Whereas in football, you're basically whatever you draft, you're just stuck with for the most part. Like, I mean, you may make maybe one move, but really
Yeah.
it's usually not a lot of moves.
One move can ruin your whole. One bad move can ruin your whole season in football.
Drop a guy too early
Yeah,
sometimes, you know?
Yep. Because everything is done. It's a wrap.
Yeah, I mean, I think baseball probably allows for the most managing if you want to try. You know, like if you really wanted to get into the weeds of like really managing. The problem is, I know one year I said I'm not even changing my roster until All-Star break. I won't make one move until All-Star break.
It's a long season, Chris. You got to give these guys time to play.
Oh, I got some.
Gotta let them mature.
Yeah.
I did draft Joey's boy, the Yankee killer, Bergman. He was crushing all year.
It's the Yankee killer.
Who's the other guy?
He had the NL in hits too. Hitting percentage McNeil. I had him on my team as well.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, didn't he sign like a contract that was like not even that much money?
Yeah.
He signed recently.
Who did?
Jeff McNeil.
Okay. You played with the Mets.
Is he not? I think he's still on the Mets.
Okay.
He just underpaid for being the average guy.
Right.
Like, the guy, I think he led the league in average last year.
They gotta tell y'all when he thinks the draft is going to be, but he's going to pop on us at any time. What's his thought process?
Yeah, usually early
check
April
that
or
big-
something, right?
that
Early.
As buttons.
Opening day. When's opening day?
Not opening day. I'm trying to go to that game that day. Opening day is the 30th.
March 30th. Okay.
Oh, is it really?
Yes.
Oh, okay. All right.
Might be snow.
We should probably have it.
It'll be snow. And Joe, we're not getting no snow.
Well, he usually has it on a Saturday night or something. Usually, right?
Yeah, because
Alright.
Seems like it.
more than a few times I've been officiating men's flag football,
Yeah.
drafting on the
So,
fields.
so I'm guessing the
On the
25th.
field.
Yeah. Maybe the 25th. He'll have it on the March 25th, maybe.
Dude, right here. You know, you can draft multitask. You can run a league then.
Joey, what third baseman have I had like 5 years?
Third baseman.
Beast.
Third baseman.
American League.
Hmm.
I didn't have him last year, but I have him. I get him a lot. Seems like my first pick all the time. My
Oh,
first pick.
you didn't have. Is it Devers?
No.
No.
Jose Ramirez.
Oh, Ramirez. Yeah. Yeah.
I seem to get him like I think I've had him like 3 or 4 times.
Yes.
I mean, he's pretty good. So,
He is good.
yeah.
The dude that Gunnar Henderson, the Orioles guy, the third baseman for him. Me and I went with Coop and my ex, we went to see the Nats play against them, and he was there playing there. against the P-Nats, or I mean, I guess the Fred Nats.
Hmm.
2 years ago. And
Yeah.
now he's already in the majors.
A lot of people have him ranked pretty high too.
He went from being the top 100 prospect, like 90 something, to when we saw him, and a year later, he was in the top 3.
Mm-hmm.
He just jumped, like exploded. That's what's cool about like the Fred Nats, is you can see these guys when they're like,
garbage.
yeah, pretty much. And then all of a sudden it's like, hold on, that dude's in the freaking majors now. They said he's going to be they're comparing him to Scott Rowland. Which,
Wow.
hey, that's a Hall of Famer somehow.
Yeah.
I guess.
You you hating on Roland, Joey? You don't like him?
And
I don't think he's a Hall of Famer. I think he's a very very good.
not an HOF.
I don't think he was never even the top 5 player in the league.
Is he a top 10 third baseman of all time?
No,
Defensively.
Really?
no.
Defensively.
Yeah. I mean, you have to take that into account too, right?
Defensively, he's a top 5.
Yeah.
But
Right.
offensively, he's probably a top 50.
Man.
Joey's not sold on his defense.
Oh my.
Because you take like
my.
Arenado, right? Is just as good defensively, but way better offensively.
Arenado is a top 5 player.
Arenado is an MVP level guy in and year out. He should be a first ballot.
Correct.
Right now?
Well, I don't know about right now, but by the time he ends,
Yeah, I mean,
I'd take him over Roland for sure.
would you really?
Absolutely.
Because they're equally defensively. Arenado, I think, has won like 10 straight gold gloves or something, right?
Has he?
It's close. It's
Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, 10. 10 seasons, 10 gold gloves.
Yeah, that is absurd.
If he keeps that up, sure, he'll be better than Scott Rowland.
he's already better than Scott Rowland.
Oh my God, here we go.
All right, we got to compare this. Now I got to look this up.
Look at Scott Rowland.
Already.
Let me look at Rowland real quick.
3-point shooter for league.
Hmm,
68, 58.
I mean, he's gonna pass Rowland in home runs for sure. He's gonna pass him in a lot of stats, probably.
Yeah, he's got 299 to 316. He'll pass him this season.
Yeah.
Runs, he's not close. RBIs, he's probably going to need 2 more years. Stolen bases. no.
Yeah, but I mean, he'll get that obviously. Like
Average on base percentage, slugging, he kills them in. His WAR, defensive WAR, Scott Rowland is way up there.
yeah.
180.3 defensive WAR.
Mm-hmm.
But Arenado, I think, will pass him in all of those. I think eventually he'll pass him in all that stuff. Rowland was a great defender, though.
Plus,
And Beltre is gonna.
Hayden Beltre should be in easily.
He'll
He's
get
a
in.
first. He's a first ballot.
He's a first ballot. He's a first.
He's
ballot.
the only guy on there next year.
He's better. He's better than Rowland as well.
Easily.
Every top 10 guy should be in the Hall of Fame, though. No. To me,
Yeah, for sure.
he's a top 10 guy. Scott Rowland's a top 10 guy right
Is Scott Rowland a better ball player than Todd Helton?
now.
No.
What they're saying in here is Rowland from his rookie year to age 31, he was on that projected pace to be a Hall of Famer, and from 31 on, Rowland dropped off a ton. He was only a 15 WAR player.
Rowland's not a better ball player than Todd Helton, and he got in over Todd Helton.
He has less gold gloves than
He's
Scott Rowland.
Not a better ball player than Todd Helton.
Todd Helton wasn't. I mean, he has the park, which helps him.
Yeah.
So does Arenado.
Yeah.
But Rowland was elite as a defender. Todd Helton was a good hitter. He wasn't he wasn't elite at either offense or defense. He was good. He wasn't. Todd Helton's not a top 5 hitter of all time. Scott Rowland is a top 5 third baseman defensively all time.
Is it?
Mm,
I would maybe some people that are better than him.
I would think the class of
Get
people
it.
who are better than him defensively is like you could argue Arenado and you could argue Brooks Robinson, and that's it. I think that's the class of defensively he's in.
Well, guys, I'll let y'all discuss this on your own.
Yeah.
And because I am going to take myself to bed.
Yeah, it's already
Sounds good.
1
Sounds
o'clock.
good.
Final pick sheet tomorrow, and also look for the game. I think the only game up for tomorrow night is Xavier. No, sorry. I think it's Xavier at the only game we looking at tomorrow for men's. I guess we're looking at the Canisius game, right? Because it's on 2 of our parlays.
That's a huge game all of a sudden.
All right, Canisius, that's the game of the night.
Joey keeps putting nickels on it. That line might move to like 2.5.
I know, right? Let's see.
Keep betting
no,
it, Joey.
Keep going, Joey. Keep going.
Get that thing. Well, what they do is those pro guys, they'll do that though. They said they'll bet like thousands on one side, and then all of a sudden, as soon as they move it, they'll jump on the other side for like hundreds of thousands.
I'm locking them in tonight. I'm locking them in tonight for sure.
Wow. So wow. That's when you got, that's when you know you are just playing with this money is like not even a issue. You're just playing with money.
What?
Oh, when you just like can move, try to mess with the lines.
Oh yeah, you move.
Oh, yeah.
You'll.
I'll
Well, if
put
you're
10
a sharp
10
guy, they
million
said that
on it,
Billy
yeah.
Walters guy, the one who was like making. I mean, he was like one of the best of all time. He couldn't even bet. They said they had to have betters. There's like a 60 minutes on there where they wouldn't even allow him to bet, so he would just pay, just like a random. He had his guys, and they would just go put all kinds of bets for him.
Yep.
And they said that he would just move.
He's got a mattress Matt, always make these big bets all the time.
But he's just like, they don't really care about him because he's just a random guy.
Yeah.
Like the sharp betters, like they said, like if Floyd Mayweather put $2 million on a bet, they don't move the line at all. But if a guy who's like good at bets like 20,000, they'll move the line because he's.
Yep.
So what they said is like that guy will move the line and keep moving it till he say he wants it at 4,
Until he
and
likes
it's at
it.
like 6. He'll just keep betting it until he gets to where he wants, and then he'll put like $1 million on the game.
Yeah, well, okay. There you go. Tomorrow's game, important game, aside from Canisius, is Xavier versus Seton Hall. All right, fellas. Good luck this weekend. And y'all have
Joey,
a good.
keep that streak alive, Joey.
Let's do it, y'all.
Let's go. All right, guys.
Keep
All right.
Stop
stacking.
betting the dollar, Joey.
See you
Big
guys later.
Yeah, bet you should bet. What you should do one day is whatever you're gonna make one of your referees thing,
Yeah.
bet that on one. It's one time. Bet your day's pay for that on
I
one thing. to
I
happen.
will do that, JB.
Just
I will.
once.
One
You
time.
may stack.
I will do that.
Then you can put that money in your pocket. Actually, no, then you just roll it over and keep rolling that money.
Yep, that's when it's just once.
Mm-hmm.
I-
Be straight.
I will do that.
If you believe in the process.
No, I don't think he does.
Oh man. Hey, y'all have a good one, fellas.